Good evening and welcome to tonight's Boise State Esports broadcast. I'm your host, Jacob Jim Mountain Palmer, coming to you from the Game Pants Esports Arena in downtown Boise, Idaho. Tonight should in fact be called the Boise State Rocket League Esports broadcast because we have got a bunch of it coming up. We have two NACE Rocket League matches followed by a CSL Rocket League match right after that. 3 matches, a triple threat, and joining me on the desk to help call all the action, I've got Michael Fisher with me, who I must commend on the tie coordination, blue and orange.
Perfect.
We're all set.
We nailed it. It's like we talked about this before I even showed up. No, I'm really excited for NACE. It's the opening week of the spring season. Boise State coming off a top 8 finish in the fall, so expectations are high for the Broncos. Going to be a lot of fun.
Now, what's going to be interesting to see is that we have kind of had a precedent of the first game of the night always being very close, and then the second game tending to more going toward more of a blowout style. So I don't know where that leaves us for a third game, but it should be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it should be really exciting. Both these Rocket League teams are extremely skilled. They're a lot of fun to watch. And even though we're rooting for Boise State, I'll be honest, when it's a close map, it's always a lot more fun because those waning seconds are way more fun to call when there's one goal hanging in the balance and not when it's, oh, can this team score their 7th goal? I'll be honest. I like close matches. They're a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, and in fact, there has been one match. It was against Montana, where against the second squad, they were able to bring it toward 5 when they were considered an underdog. So definitely those kind of matches are what we look forward to. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we are going within the familiar players. We've got Wade and Ace Pocket LC Kuro, who are going to be doing this first match, which will be against the Milwaukee School of Engineering, or the Raiders. Needless to say, a lot of mechanical engineering majors in that team.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You usually go to a school of engineering to be an engineering major. That seems to be a common theme. A lot of these Rocket League players, when I'm looking at their majors that were provided for the opposing team, a lot of them are engineering majors. Makes sense.
Yeah, we're going up against a lot of engineering majors tonight compared to us, who Ace Pocket and LC Kuro, both computer science majors, Waiting with a film and TV major, so a little bit more of what our background is in terms of majors, Waiting being the only one.
Yeah, but I mean, computer science makes sense too, right? You can just hack into the mainframe, change where the ball is going to land.
I mean, sure, it's a double threat.
Exactly.
You know, you get more mileage out of it.
Exactly. It's one of those things where, hey, you know what? Any major's a good major. We ain't going to bash on any major. All of them are really good. All of these players, of course, doing school and video games, which is everyone's dream, I think.
Well, as long as we're talking about majors, in the second matches, we're going to see Taki do journalism major, Cosmo Buster also a CS major. It was kind of interesting when we had Cosmo Buster, Ace Pocket, and LC Kuro on one team. It was all of the computer science team. And then Baynaka, animal husbandry major.
That's pretty cool.
Which, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's the breeding and care of farm animals.
That's pretty unique. I had
very economical major to get around these parts.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, but what we got to focus on now is the actual gameplay. And one of the things that will be interesting to see how the Broncos perform is in terms of side control, because we certainly have seen matches where the other team hasn't even been able to get it out of their half of the field.
Yeah, and I really think all of that also just stems from how the kickoff starts, how the 50-50 starts. We've seen Boise State a lot more adapting to having that one player follow up the lead guy so he can get the second shot and sort of push it down into the opponent's side where they're not able to get the ball away. So how each team plays the 50-50 ball. We've even seen some goals scored where both the back members go for boost. You play it around one guy. You have the follow-up shot from your second player. So I think the kickoff balls, the 50-50s as we like to call them, that's going to be huge. I think each style is going to be unique. And it's going to be, if one team has to adapt, how quickly they adapt. That could determine a series.
Well, what we are looking forward to right now is going to be Doc's keys to the game when those come up on the board. We always like to focus on that before the matches start. Until we get that on the screen, we're just going to be talking about our keys to the game, I suppose. And that is interesting that you managed to bring up the initial contest, the 50-50, because you often see a member trying to what they call cheat the ball when it kind of dies in the middle of the field. And it really is on those initial contest balls that these goals that completely catch the other team off guard are scored. And you got to kind of think of how that affects also the mental capabilities, the thing of as less than 10 seconds in and already you're one goal down.
And it also just sort of affects the team because if a team has been practicing, all right, we're going to have our one guy go for the ball, the other two are going to get boosts to prepare for the second attack. If you have someone cheat up and immediately have the ball being shot at your goal, you have to change your strategy on the fly. So if a team hasn't practiced that, sometimes we've seen teams are late to adapting and they just sort of keep hoping their one guy can fend off two. So, yeah, if you can score an early goal and you can do something that makes the other team uncomfortable, especially in these short series where you are forced to adapt very quickly, that can even lead to more mistakes because now all of a sudden you're saying, all right, who's cheating up? Are we both cheating up? And then you can have more misplays. So I think the 50-50 ball is a huge key in Rocket League. That's where most goals, I think, really come from outside these sort of long counterattacks. So I think that is going to be – that's the fish key to the game. Win the 50-50s.
Yeah,
win a majority of the 50-50 balls.
That's certainly a nice key to the game to remember. Another interesting thing I'd just say about today in general is although we are broadcasting 3 Rocket League games, we also do have the Overwatch team as well just doing scrims in practice since they are in the Mountain West Finals. You can kind of see them to the left there on that bank of computers there. Even though we won't be broadcasting that, just in case you hear some wayward yells coming in through the microphone, you know that they are hard at work, ready to represent the Broncos well in the Mountain West Finals, which you should see advertisements on this Twitch page right now for when that will be coming up. But right now, we've got these Rocket League matches, and we will be looking forward to the player of the game when that does happen. Idaho Central Credit Union, the generous sponsor of our player of the game, although I think it might be just a little bit early to call it right now.
Yeah, I do think it might be a little bit early to call it. That might be it's a prediction.
Maybe a prediction or just a look back at some of the skills we've seen before.
Yeah, this looking back at some of these, Boise State versus Southern Miss, and once again, see those early goals, that really is sort of able to turn the favor for Boise State. Because when you're playing from behind, it's so much harder in Rocket League because then you have to be aggressive. If you have to be aggressive, you can leave up open goals. So in Boise State, as you see here, when you get a 2-0 lead in the first minute and a half, that just makes everything so much easier.
And that last goal by Baynock here, just looking at the beautiful angle at which he's able to play that, and being able to be as accurate as that is the result of so many hours just spent in the practice arena, trying over and over and over to get the right goal, because it's one of the hardest things to really get down. It's something that it looks so much easier than it is, being able to control your car in the air like that. So, I mean, just right here, again, making sure you're at the... That isn't even the result of scrims. It's the result of having the discipline yourself to just go in the practice arena and do it again and again and again till it's just by muscle memory.
Yeah, I mean, you could see them all the time. They're running through those sort of scenarios where you can launch the ball at different angles. You reset it if you don't get it. So a lot of practice definitely goes into this. But, I mean, some of these highlights, you can just see that last one we were talking about. There was no one back for Southern Miss because there was such a large goal deficit that they had to rush the goal. So I think if you can get the first goal, if you can get really the first 2 goals, I think your chance at winning in Rocket League definitely goes up because the other team has to overcommit, and you can capitalize on one mistake with a long clear, play it off the wall right to yourself, and it's just a super simple third goal that you're up now.
I mean, you should know, Fish, having a sports radio background, it's kind of the same as in a hockey game. If you really need to start scoring goals, so you take the goalie out to get another person on the field, but then you leave your goal open, and that can backfire. So it definitely can get into a similar situation like that with Rocket League.
Yeah, and Rocket League is definitely one of those. We've seen it all the time. We've seen it a lot when we're casting it. One team is going all in. It's a 1-goal deficit. They're trying to make up for it. 3 guys are all shooting at the goal, and one long clear flies right into the goal and really ends any team's chances. So getting a huge lead is really key at Rocket League because it's so hard to be aggressive while not accidentally leaving something wide open for the other team.
And here we see Ace Pocket, who we will be seeing in the first match of the night against Milwaukee School of Engineering. And just some showcases here, and these are the matches that really can be so competitive. You can see the score there, 1-2, about 2 minutes into the match.
Yeah, those are the ones where really it becomes just a communication. Who can get there? You see on that one, Air Force had 2 guys in the goal. JD didn't come out. So in those closer games, it really comes down to communication. But as you see here, Air Force trying to get the game-tying goal, over-pursued, and Ace Pocket was the closest ball person to the net and the ball, so he really hadn't even have to deal with anything. So it definitely comes down to things like that, where if it's a close game, it's all about communication. If you fall behind early, it's definitely about staying in your rotations and not getting over-aggressive, not trying to score 2 goals at once. You can only score 1 goal at a time.
I must say, I am glad you're here, Fish, to appreciate what happened last time on Thursday when you weren't here, but you're only able to appreciate all the fish explosions that happen.
I do not appreciate that. I think you and I have a different definition of appreciate. Anytime fish are exploding, my heart stops. I do not want that to happen to me. So, I'm definitely a little scared at the abundance of fish explosion that the Rocket League team uses. Definitely a concern for me.
Definitely a concern, but we also it's a bit of a split decision, I suppose, in just do you want to cheer on for the home team, but at the same time have all these fish exploding? It's a hard call.
I'll still root for the home team. I just I think there's a couple places you can see Ace Pocket not using the fish explosion, so I can just root for Ace Pocket to score all the goals. Not having favorites, just the lack of fish explosions definitely makes me feel a little more comfortable.
Well, we certainly want to thank everyone who is in the arena, and definitely to the 400 viewers on Twitch right now who are joining us. And in the chat, you can ask us any questions or cheer on the Broncos. We appreciate having you all here. If you subscribe to the Boise State Twitch page, you can get access to all of our Twitch emotes, which are fantastic, I must say. And you can support our scholarship program, subscriptions, fund scholarships, and you help support everything we do here at boisestate.edu. As you can see in the upper right corner, subs do indeed get emotes like the ones you see right now. Here we're looking at LC Coro, player of the game.
Another one of these players that we're going to see in our first match against the Milwaukee School of Engineering. And these highlights have all sort of demonstrated that every single player on this Boise State squad is capable of scoring goals. They're all offensive threats. We've seen some teams where one guy has 80-90% of the goals, but Boise State has been doing a fantastic job of really any player is able to score. And some of the teamwork you can see in these goals, some of the passes they set up for each other, like right there, Ace Pocket playing it off the wall to LC Carl, beats 3 guys. That's just the insane amount of teamwork that these guys have together.
Yeah, and we definitely saw that against, I believe it was Southern Mississippi last time we saw them. They were trying to do the same thing, but it just the mechanical things and the rotations they were trying to set up. There were too many instances where they set it up for each other, but they kept missing the ball. And that's something that really Boise State is really able to get, not only getting the communication, the rotation aspect of it down, but having the pure consistency to be so accurate on the shots like we see right there.
Yeah, those plays, Boise State, that has almost become their bread and butter. The give and go to one guy, Cosmo Buster, right to LC Caro, takes a great shot on goal. And it's the timing, it's the practice, and it really is just the fantastic timing of Boise State. You'll see a ton of plays where it goes too far in front, too far behind, but Boise State has done an excellent job of more times than not. The ball is right where it needs to be, and the guy who's taking the shot on goal knows exactly where to put it.
Well, behind us right now on stage, we've got the Boise State Rocket League team currently getting ready for the 3 matches that they will have tonight. A bit of a different. We normally have 2 matches, but today just a little bit extra, 3 matches. I'm still your host, Chico Jim Mountain Palmer, joined by Michael Fish Fisher, ready to call all the action for you here on this matchup. Certainly a very exciting night is about to happen, and what's really exciting is how dominant Boise State is, because, being here for most, if not all, of the Rocket League matches so far in the NACE and CSL tournament, we haven't seen one loss from the Broncos yet.
Yeah, Boise State is definitely a very top-tier Rocket League team. Top 8 last year.
Top 8, and we'll see if they can continue that performance. This is going to be Boise State versus the Milwaukee School of Engineering, the Broncos versus the Raiders in tonight's first Rocket League matchup. Certainly a lot to look forward to. A lot of excitement is building. We are going to get right into the game as soon as we get the footage for it.
We are definitely ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, Boise State last year in NACE in the fall finished top 8, so that's going to be a lot of fun to see how spring starts for them.
And now we get to Doc's Keys to the Game versus the Milwaukee School of Engineering. 4-minute side control, that's one of the strengths we've seen Boise State, just having such control. Contact and disrupt, call your passes, and keep communicating. No lulls, as Doc says. We can leave that up us to here on the desk. We'll have plenty of jokes to have around here on the desk. But be serious down there on the field. Those are Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Boise State University, where you can choose from more than 200 areas of study and have the chance to combine minors, certificates, internships, hands-on research, work opportunities, and more. To make your educational experience unique, visit boisestate.edu for more information. esports.boisestate.edu for information on scheduling and when our upcoming broadcasts are. And certainly not just broadcasts here in the arena, but we also have, which won't be hosted, this won't be hosted by us, but certainly something you'll want to tune into will be the Mountain West Finals, in which our Overwatch team will be going up to compete in Las Vegas. That will be really exciting. Unfortunately, you and I will just have to rest back here and call the action from other games in Boise, Idaho. Just have to, not quite as nice weather as there is in Las Vegas,
That's
but
true,
certainly still a lot of excitement to be had with all the other games.
Oh, yeah, there's still a lot of fun in Boise. I would not complain about it being 80, though. I will say that. But for Doc's keys to the game, 4 minutes of side control, that is going to be huge. That would be 80% of the game. So if they can keep 4 minutes of side control, that's going to be huge for Boise State. I don't know how you can lose with 4 minutes of side control. So Boise State has that down. I would say this is going to be a very easy series because that means you're basically peppering shots on goal. Your opponent's going to have 1 minute to take a shot. Good luck scoring more than one goal. So if they can keep that key, if they can make Doc happy with his first key to the game, Boise State should be in for a very enjoyable night. We
have a member in the Twitch chat saying that he would normally be rooting for Boise State, but he is in Milwaukee and has to root for Milwaukee School of Engineering. We appreciate everyone in the Twitch chat, whether they are rooting for Boise State or Milwaukee. We always like it when there are players cheering both teams on.
Yeah, heck, if you're tuning in from Milwaukee, we are definitely a big fan of you no matter who you're rooting for. I understand the allegiance, why you need to root for the Milwaukee School of Engineering, and I can understand why you're side.
Yeah, definitely a lot to understand that's interesting here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as we are waiting for this first match to start.
And there goes the breaker. The breaker has gone boom.
For your safety,
please keep arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Go for it.
Yeah, we can just go for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we do have, we are just waiting for everything to start happening. I can indeed say what the major problem was, Fish. We were getting ready to start the engines, all the cars were going, but one of them just, they put the key in, it just went yang, 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 yang. So they're sending in jumper cables to
I would go out on a limb and say, since it is appearing to be an engineering problem, that, I'm not pointing fingers, but we are playing a school of engineering.
It is interesting. Also, someone says in the Twitch chat, Baratel's mythical beard will propel us to victory. Right now, I'm just wondering if it can power the lights on right now.
Yeah, hopefully Baratel can generate some electricity in that beard. But, if it gets us a victory, that's better than electricity, right? Who cares what you can and can't see in front of you? It's all about
we can also just imagine the Broncos winning in front of us right now as well.
No one would ever know.
Some people are saying that we might have been hacked. I don't know.
It's the Milwaukee School of Engineering.
It's School of Engineering, but we have...
And they're the Raiders.
What do Raiders do? Really, it makes sense.
They raid people. We have clearly been raided by the Raiders. I am fully on board with what has happened.
Well, it is interesting, but you have to remember, we're the ones who have the computer science degrees on our side as well.
They have, but they're the Raiders. I don't care what their degree. They are the Raiders. They have clearly boarded the ship. They have penned up all the Broncos. We cannot get out into the corral to feed. That is the issue right now.
Yeah, definitely just trying to get back on track here as we are waiting for this Rocket League match to start. There we go, and I think you have a really interesting hypothesis, Fish, about the Raiders.
I'm just saying it makes sense. Everything checks out. The Raiders are raiding. They're living up to their name. Just like if Boise State wins, we can say the Broncos are stampeding to another victory.
Yeah, we can stampeding, and they raided our stream. And there we go. We are getting back into the action right now. Such patience, such dedication, such composure you see from the people on stage, ready to get into this match. Again, this is the Rocket League match. That's going to be Boise State versus the Milwaukee School of Engineering. And the Broncos, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, as you see there on the screen, as we get back on track, it's going to be Boise State versus the Milwaukee School of Engineering, the Broncos versus the Raiders, and we just saw an example of how the Raiders can operate, definitely. Yes. A bit of shenanigans with the stream right there. However, Yes, Baratel says, thanks for the heart attack, Milwaukee. So just a little bit of interesting. But I think one of the things that should really get people's hearts beating is the record of both the teams, because we've been talking about the Broncos being undefeated this season. Milwaukee School of Engineering is also undefeated. Both teams 4-0.
Yeah, that means it's going to be a lot of fun. That means you would think it's going to be a very, very close match. It's going to be two very, very good teams. Somebody's going home with an L tonight. Hopefully it can be the Raiders for what they've done to our stream. But, no, I mean, like I said at the start of the broadcast, casting games that are between two very good teams that are close, where you're seeing goals scored in the last minute to force overtime, that is so much more exciting than 5-6-0s with a team putting in a seventh goal in the last second. So I'm definitely excited. It's probably going to be a good match. I hope it's going to be a good match. I hope we go all the way. I'm definitely would be rooting for a Game 5. I hope Boise State takes it, but I definitely want a Game 5.
You can see they're getting ready, and you can see the NACE Rocket League rules is going to be best of 5. Mode V33 soccer. Regulation time 5 minutes, limited map pool, highest MK scene will be labeled as the blue team. And, you know, that's really what's interesting in terms of the colors, because no matter what, we have our school colors, blue versus orange. So.
Yeah, we are always sort of feeling at home with the blue there. And then, of course, as players can compete with PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, overtime decided in a golden goal situation, which has definitely led to a lot of dramatics here on the desk. Boise State usually excelling in overtime, but it's still very concerning when Boise State, when you see a shot get on goal and it just hits off the crossbar and your heart stops for a second. Was that the game? Okay, we're still going. You got to compose yourself. Usually someone else has to take over, so it's a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun to be had here, a lot of fun we are waiting for this match to start. But it's just interesting to catch up, just see how the season overall is going. If we are going to be talking about win-loss records, the second match we're going to be having is against Lincoln College, the Lynx. So it's going to be the Broncos versus the Lynx, and they are 1-2. So definitely, it might be interesting to see if the second game tradition comes on just performing a little better. But at the same time, I just really want to see two undefeated teams going against each other here, because this is definitely a game that's going to be watched. Both of these teams so far have had a perfect season, and one of them is going to unseat the other.
Yeah, somebody's perfect season is coming to an end. So like the Lynx, the Lincoln College Lynx. Clearly, creativity might not have been their strong suit, but we will definitely have time for that. No, it's definitely fun. It's always sort of, I would say, at least when I was playing either video games or in sports, when you beat a team that's undefeated, it definitely adds just a little bit more of the sweet taste to your mouth, because you know that 0 has turned into a 1 and they'll never get that 0 back. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of pressure on both teams. It should be, like we've talked about, a very exciting Rocket League match.
Very exciting Rocket League match, ready for it to start as soon as right here, and it looks like we are already into it. And oh my goodness, maybe it's a good thing we didn't see the first part of that match, because Milwaukee School of Engineering off to a really good start here.
Yeah, they are. A demo is going to come out for Bubbly Reaper onto Ace Pocket. Shot on goal, going to go a little bit high. There's the follow-up from Yolik. He's not quite going to go in. Ace Pocket going to get the clear, but right back on goal goes Pillow. Plays his own rebound. Waiting to try and go reverse. He will stop Yolik. Going to try and play it off the ceiling. He'll go for the clear. Not going to be able to get it there as it's pushed right back in. Finally, Ace Pocket tries to get it there. No. Milwaukee, the Raiders have been all over Boise State side. Shot on goal turned away by Waiton. Right over to LC Coral, and Boise State finally able to get the ball out of their own half. Demo going to come up. Shot on goal by Ace Pocket is turned away. LC Coral and Waiton unfortunately run right into each other. Waiton's going to put a shot on goal. That one's going to go high. Rebound over to LC Coral. He can't quite convert either. Yolik going to play it around Ace Pocket. Right over Waiton as well. Right over to his teammate LC Coral there. Able to get the save. The follow-up shot on goal goes very high over Waiton. Another shot on goal is going to go high as well. Boise State is just barely hanging on right now, Jim Mountain.
Yeah, they definitely have some time if they wish to maybe score one goal and hope, as we've been saying earlier, that the 50-50 goes their way. But, you know, it's interesting. We said Doc's keys to the game, side control. We're seeing kind of the inverse here. I haven't seen the ball go into Milwaukee's territory at all here. The Broncos are just sort of fumbling around. We see Ace Pocket is trying to get some sort of clear here. It's going to be going over to Waiton, who tries to play it over both of them. He isn't able to. Now LC Kuro goes up toward the corner, trying to get the centering pass while Waiton is waiting. Waiton is going to rotate in, and Ace Pocket is going to try to get a shot on goal above the goal. LC Kuro tries to redirect. It doesn't quite go their way, and Waiton trying to get the follow-up, but it looked like a pillow there came in and disrupted that.
As time's ticking down, Boise State still has that chance at that last goal, at least to carry some momentum over into the next game. Ace Pocket going to keep it alive. LC Coro going to get the follow-up over to Ace Pocket. He's going to play it off the wall. You can see Waiton is rating right there for it. Unfortunately, not quite the touch he wanted, so the Raiders will take game one.
I mean, the strategy is working for them, you know. It's just take down the caster desk, and while we aren't looking, score 2 goals.
That definitely is a very good recipe to winning game one, but it is a best of 5. Boise State definitely has the ability to regroup here and take this series back.
Well, we are now underway in this NACE Rocket League match. Boise State versus MSOE. MSOE had 10 shots on goal last round against the Broncos. So definitely being able to show why they certainly are undefeated, and the Broncos now have to turn this around.
Yeah, 3 shots for Boise State there. So it's definitely going to be a difficult task for Boise State, but if they just follow Doc's keys to the game, I think if side control reverts, really whichever team has side control is going to win the shots on goal counter. And as we saw there in the last 2 minutes there, that was all Milwaukee. They had the shot control advantage. They had the side control advantage. So if Boise State gets that 4 minutes of side control that Doc wanted, I definitely think we'll see the shots reversed, as well as LC Core and Ace Pocket did a great job having 2 saves and 1 save each respectively. So Boise State, get that side control back. I definitely think game 2 is wide open.
Yeah, we definitely saw the rotations. We saw the mechanics definitely being set up. But I got to say, MSOE definitely had some great disruption. You know, they were actively pushing Boise State out of the way. You saw Waiton in there trying to get the final follow-up to get to the goal, and he was just bumped out of the way before he could make connection with the ball. Right now, 50-50 is going to stay in the center of the field, slightly toward Boise State's territory as Pillow pushes it toward the goal. Waiton is going to be credited with the save there. He picks up the boost, but Pillow demos him, and that's going to allow MSOE to continue their offensive push, but Ace Pocket is able to get the clear here, followed up by Waiton on an open goal, and he's going to get the first goal. That's how the Broncos come back.
What a turnaround by Boise State, and this is sort of that passing we talked about in the open. Ace Pocket right to Waiton. The Raiders just a little over-aggressive, nobody back on defense, and that's how you want to start it out if you're Boise State, immediately converting on a great counterattack for the first goal.
And now the 50-50 is again going to go toward Boise State's territory. Waiton is able to pick up the boost, but Elsie Crow is going to be the one who clears it off to the corner. Now looking for the centering pass towards where Ace Pocket is waiting, up and to the left of the goal, followed up by Waiton, but Yolk is going to be right there with the save. Ace Pocket continues the push. Elsie Crow is now going to try to get the nice redirector. It goes toward the goal, but just a little bit high. Broncos with so many shots on goal, and Waiton gets another one. 2 goals with less than a minute in.
You see the double commit there by the Raiders. They both went after LC Coro. Bubbly Reaper was the only one back. He went after LC Coro's follow-up. So once again, no one back on defense for the Raiders. Boise State doing a fantastic job using their own aggression against them. 50-50 ball once again going to go just to the Broncos side. Ace Pocket will beat Yolik down, get the clear before Pillow puts a shot on goal right to Yolik. He's going to redirect it. LC Coro, though, is right there. Bubbly Reaper not able to get a great touch. Ace Pocket after the corner boost tries for the clear. It's going to go to Waiton. He just beats Yolik to the ball. Shot on goal would have been wide before Bubbly Reaper stepped in. Yolik does play it around LC Coro. Bubbly Reaper dribbling it down. Stopped by Ace Pocket. He goes for the follow-up. Hits Yolik, and the ball goes towards the Raiders' goal. A great save, though, by Pillow to keep this just a 2-0 game. Centering pass by LC Coro. Doesn't need the follow-up. It's 3-0.
You see, this is just what happens when we're around to actually watch the game. I would dare say, Fish, that maybe you and I, for once as casters, might be the good luck charm for Boise State instead of being the other way around. Elsie Coro with a great goal there, making it 3-0, and we aren't even halfway into the match. 50-50 is going to come die in the center. Yolk is there to cheat, and he goes up the corner towards up the wall towards the corner, but Ace Pocket is right there to contest, although he's going to get demoed by Bubbly, and maybe MSOE can turn that into something. Waiting there with the save, and all the members of Boise State are kind of in the corner now as the respawn comes in. Ace Pocket is going to play it up the side toward LC Coro, who goes toward the wall. He is able to push it to the corner. Yoke is there to contest, trying to get the clear. Now here comes Bubbly, able to clear it off to the corner. They're going to try to find a centering pass, but LC Coro is able to clear that all the way over to the other side of the field, and now maybe the Broncos can turn this into some sort of counter-attack. And there you see Ace Pocket right there is going to pass it to LC Coro. LC Coro misses. That might have been a great centering pass if he had gotten it, and now Waiton has to rush back and stop the goal from being open, but a great shot on goal there from Yoke put the Broncos in a dangerous situation. Waiton is now going to be there to get the save again.
Yeah, great job there by Waiton. That shot on goal just to the right on the follow. Waiton can't quite get the centering he wants. He will steal the full boost from their corner. Plays it around one, but Bubbly is there. As you see Broncos, I believe that was LC Curro charging in on the goal. Bubbly's going to get a clear. Ace Pocket able to deflect it just enough. Yolk is there. Shot on goal. Going to be denied. Second shot turned away, but Pillow's there, and the third time's the charm for the Raiders.
They are now have one goal to their credit, and see Ace Pocket there went off to get some boost. LC Curro just wasn't there in the right position, so great read there from Pillow, able to drive that home. Yet one goal for MSOE. They need two more to equalize the match. Ball dies in the center. Great cheating there we're seeing from MSOE, and I don't mean unfair advantage. I mean staying behind the 50-50 ball to follow up and get goals just like that.
That's why I talked about that. I think the 50-50 is huge. You see Bubbly plays it all the way down. LC Curro off getting boost. Can't quite get back in time to be in a great position for Pillow. And just like that, the Raiders have made it a one-goal game. 50-50 ball going to be Bubbly once again. Ace Pocket going to win that one. Yolk will get the clear down, though. LC Curro going to go over there, disrupt it, but that's a centering pass, unfortunately. And just like that, the Raiders have tied this game.
And Pillow has gotten himself a hat trick, the third goal, and all of them going to equalize the match. And now the Broncos back on their heels a little, as they are going to go into this next contest here. 2 seconds left before everyone charges to the center, and here we go. It's going to go off into the right side where LC Curro is waiting, goes up the wall toward the corner. A great opportunity for the Broncos. Waiton did not charge in there, was maybe waiting for a better opportunity. It's now going to go back over to the corner as Yolk pushes it around. LC Curro is right there to get the clear. It's missed by Pillow, and this could be a great opportunity for the Broncos. Unfortunately, the wrong angle is not going to allow them to get the goal. Man, that would have been a great goal because it was wide open for them, Fish.
Yeah, another one of those Raider misplays. Unfortunately, this time Boise State can't take advantage. Ace Pocket going to try for the clear. That's going to be turned away by a Pillow. Waiton will stop it, though. Take it over into the corner. Going to try and play it off the wall. Can't get around Bubbly, though, so we'll force it back in the corner. Ace Pocket with the follow-up. He can't get around Pillow. Looked like Yolk and Bubbly ran into each other, and that might have helped out Boise State. The shot on goal goes high. Bubbly, though, has the follow-up, and the Raiders score a fourth goal.
This is no small feat from the Raiders here. In just a few minutes, scoring 4 goals and completely turning the tide of this battle. That's got to feel a lot better for them, because if they can win this game, Boise State will have to pull off a reverse sweep. 50-50 right now. It's going to go on Boise State's side, up the wall where Yolk is waiting to push it around the corner, trying to get a centering pass. Waiton is going to come in before any members can follow up. Now they race back toward the Raiders' territory where the centering shot is found, but LC Curro was just a little bit late. Said was got dunked, and now it's going to stay in Boise State's territory as Yolk races off to the side, is able to steal the boost, but he gets demoed instantly. And LC Curro is waiting in the wings here as Waiton pushes it toward the center of the field. Bubbly is right there with shot on goal. Ace Pocket with the save. Unfortunately, a bit of a double commit there from the Broncos.
Yeah, Pillow's going to keep the pressure up. He's going to push it into the opposite corner. Waiting, trying to be Bubbly to the ball. Doesn't quite do that. LC Curro able to clear it away from at least in front of his own goal. Ace Pocket's going to hit it to him. Centering pass, trying for Waiton there, but Yolk is able to clear it. LC Curro can't quite get to the ball, just trying to find any of that precious boost. Ace Pocket plays it off the back wall. Pillow's going to put it in the opposite corner of Boise State's. LC Curro is there, takes a funky hop, but Bubbly's right there. Shot on goal goes wide. Follow-up shot goes in, and Boise State now down 2.
1 goal for each member of the Raiders now in this match as Yolk finds one for himself. Ace Pocket just a little bit too late there. 30 seconds left. It certainly isn't, well, it's not impossible to get 2 goals in 30 seconds. We definitely saw the Broncos do that earlier. They need to find their rhythm as it goes toward MSOE's territory, but it gets cleared instantly back towards the corner. LC Curro's going to try to play it around the corner, but Pillow's going to be right there, gets demoed, and now Ace Pocket just a little bit of a miss there, and that might cost them as Yolk comes in with the follow-up. Ace Pocket now with the redeeming clear up the side, but the Broncos, they need a bit more than a clear right now. There's only less than 10 seconds on the clock. LC Curro might be able to play it toward the center where Yolk is waiting. Can one of them follow it up and find a goal? It doesn't look like it. The ball's going to hit the ground, and the Raiders are going to come from a 3-0. They were behind 3-0 and then scored 5 goals in a row, getting them that second match.
Yeah, that was, you could see how Boise State can come back in this match. They went up 3-0. It really was about 4 straight 50-50 balls that all went the side of the Raiders, and all 4 of those were converted into very quick goals for them. So Boise State, they can win the 50-50 ball. They definitely have a shot at the reverse sweep.
Boise State is going up against the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. The Broncos versus the Raiders in tonight's Monday Night Rocket League match, currently being broadcast on Boise State's Twitch channel. Very is interesting, and I think what we're seeing from these games so far is we do see, and some of the members in chat were mentioning this as well, MSOE does have a weakness, and that is the open goals that they keep leaving. Boise State was almost able to score a goal on that, just the angle didn't line up quite right for them. It instead went over to the left post, but if Boise State can adequately punish that, they have the opportunity to score so many goals, because MSOE is great on the attack, but they keep leaving their goals open and overcommitting.
Yeah, the Raiders are definitely vulnerable to a quick counterattack like we've seen. I know at least 2 of those goals Boise State scored were sort of open net scenarios where the Bronco was the only person close to the ball and the goal. And as you mentioned, there was another opportunity that the angle just didn't quite cooperate for Boise State. So, yeah, if you can take advantage on the counterattack on the Raiders, because they're sending a lot of people at goal. I mean, we had 3 rapid-fire shots on goal right in front of the Boise State net. So if the Broncos can take advantage of that, I definitely think they have an opportunity. 50-50 ball ends up right in Waiton's lap. He's unable to get the clear down he wants, but it's going to stay on the Raiders side. LC Coro going to get the shot on goal. It's going to go off the crossbar, but Yoke is there, able to push it away. Ace Pocket recenters it, though, but Pillow is there for the clear. LC Coro wants to keep the pressure on, puts it down to Waiton, who plays it high above the net. Here comes LC Coro. Can't quite get the angle. Here comes Ace Pocket as well. That one's going to shove it over to the corner where LC Coro is waiting. Place it off one member. Thanks to the crossbar. A bounce gets Boise State the lead.
Come on, Broncos. You need a reverse sweep, and that is exactly how to start it off. What a great angle there from LC Curro. Able to get the goal less than 30 seconds into the match as the next 50-50 comes up right now. It's going to go over toward the Raiders' territory. Yoke is waiting, but Ace Pocket tried to play it around them, but instead missed, so that's going to allow Yoke to get a clear back toward the corner here. Pillow with a shot on goal. Boise State needs to be careful off the crossbar. Ace Pocket coming in there very clutch, able to push the ball back toward the center of the field as Yoke gets ready for the offense. Again, he's played around by LC Crow. Now the Broncos might be able to turn this into a second goal instead of great clear there. Ace Pocket, it's a good thing he was holding back there to be able to play a little bit of defense, because sometimes these shots can be insanely from the other side of the field, scoring an unexpected goal. Ace Pocket with another save there as Pillow gets credited with another shot on goal. Waiton is now off to the side. He's going to be able to play it around the Raiders. Again, Ace Pocket around Yoke. The ball is able to get cleared by Pillow, but now the dunk from LC Crow is going to allow the Broncos with the counterattack off that left post again. That left post has definitely prevented the Broncos from scoring a couple goals now in this match.
Yeah, the crossbar helped them out on their first goal, but it was not going to cooperate on their second one. But the Broncos are definitely keeping the pressure up. Demo's going to land onto Ace Pocket, so Boise State has to be careful. Great save by LC Coro. Yoke going to play it off the crossbar. Centering pass by Pillow. Shot on goal is good, and we're tied.
The equalizer found for MSOE, and you can see here they definitely were trying to save. You saw Ace Pocket come right in there, just missed it, and once he missed, that left it wide open for the Raiders, allowing Pillow to score that goal. 3 minutes, 23 seconds left on the clock. The ball's going to go out to the side where LC Curro's going to be waiting to play it up the wall around the corner with the centering pass. Can one of them follow it up? Waiting, shot on goal.
Hey!
He's going to find it. 2-1 Broncos.
That's just a great job on the quick counterattack. LC Carl plays it around one, and Waiton with an excellent shot sneaks that ball in there. There was very few inches either way that ball could go. So a great job by Boise State to get back in the lead. 50-50 ball here. Waiton's going to go for it. Doesn't quite beat Pillow, but the clear goes right to LC Crow. Yoke kind of backs off. The misplay allows LC Crow to keep the ball carrying. Bouncing in front of the Raiders net, takes a crazy bounce. Here comes Waiton flying in right off the crossbar. Tries to center it to LC Crow. He's going to get knocked away by Pillow, but Ace Pocket's going to keep the pressure up. Ball goes back. Waiton is right there. Can't quite stop Bubbly. So now it's on LC Crow to get the save. What an excellent save, even if the game didn't want to credit him for it. Great job by LC Crow. Also beats Yoke to the ball in the same moment. Going to try and play it off the ceiling there, right over to Waiton. Shot on goal is going going to go left. A great bounce, though. Count the Raiders off guard, but LC Curl not quite able to get there. No boost to sort of beat Bubbly to the ball. Now we're going to see Ace Pocket beats Bubbly. The ball goes over Waiton's head. LC Curl is going to clear it down, though. Another great shot by Boise State. The demo comes out onto Pillow. Waiton not quite able to beat Bubbly. Reaper to the ball. Yoke's going to try and get the clear, and he will do just that. Ace Pocket, though, actually has other ideas. Now here's the clear, but Boise State hanging strong in the lead.
Hanging strong in the lead, but certainly another goal would definitely put the Broncos in a more comfortable position. You can see the absolute focus on the team players' faces right there as they are trying to find the other goal here with a shot on goal, but Pillow's going to be able to save it and now tries to get the save. Bubbly is demoed, so that might allow the Broncos to play it over him. Waiton just off to the side toward the corner, not toward the goal. It looks like he was able to pick up the boost there, but now Pillow's trying to find the clear. Ace Pocket around, trying to find the centering pass up toward the center of the goal. Elsie Crow following up, and that was a beautiful goal for the Broncos.
That was a great job by Boise State there. Great play by Ace Pocket, taking two out of the fight. Yoke had no idea where the ball was. Pillow had to go up for it, so that was sort of a funky double commit. One guy on the ground, one guy in the air, so Boise State gets their third goal. 50-50 ball. LC Coro not quite able to beat Yoke. The cheat up from Boise State doesn't work, but Wayne is able to center it off the wall. Ace Pocket gets a nice little touch there as well. It's 2-on-1. LC Coro can't get around Bubbly Reaper, and he will get the clear. Yoke going to push it down into the corner. We saw Bubbly trying to disrupt Wayton. Shot on goal by Pillow, though. That I want to see. That might be mere inches separating a save and a second goal like the Raiders just scored.
I gotta say, in terms of the Raiders, Pillow definitely. Just
that
mere
was so
seconds.
close.
Yeah, Pillow coming through as an MVP out of the 7 goals that have been scored by the Raiders. Pillow has been credited with 5 of them, so definitely coming through in spades for the Raiders, who definitely want to try to find an equalizer. There's just a bit over a minute left on the clock. Pillow is now going to push it toward Boise State's territory. Ace Pocket came in trying to get it clear, but the angle didn't work out for him, so LC Crow is now going to pass it over to Waiton, who puts it over tried to put it toward the corner, but Pillow came right in there. Now it goes toward the goal. Waiton then centering pass. Ace Pocket not quite there. Didn't get the angle he's like, so he's going to wait. Bubbly tries to push it around the corner toward the goal, off and to the side. Now Pillow now looking for a clear up and towards the center. Waiton comes right in, keeping the offensive push going for Boise State. All the members of the Raiders want to try to get some sort of side control here. Now LC Crow has a wide open field and boost to his name. He's going to dribble it toward the center, up for Waiton, who just missed. And definitely they had a good idea there, but just in the execution, it fell through at the last moment. The Broncos now have to make sure their defense is on point, because one goal like that is going to allow the equalizer to come through for the Raiders, and very unfortunate, Fish, because that definitely looked like it might have been saved. Unfortunately, Ace Pocket just a little bit too late.
Yeah, just a little bit underneath that ball. Great job by the Raiders turning that one around. And that was really an excellent defensive play by Bubbly Reaper to stop that near open goal. 50-50 ball. Waiton's going to kill it in the mid. Bubbly Reaper gets the clear. Yoke has ideas of finishing this game in regulation. Shot on goal. Turned away by LC Coro. Trying to play it off the wall. Unfortunately not there, and it gets demoed as well. Yoke's going to clear it down into the corner. Plays it around the respawning LC Coro. And Pillow puts it in with 8 seconds left to give the Raiders the lead.
That is Pillow's 7th goal, 7 out of 9. He's been able to come through for Boise State, and now the gauntlet is laid down. Boise State has 8 seconds left to find an equalizer. Fish, you've been talking about how important the 50-50s are. Right now it's going to be in the center, but Waiton isn't there to cheat it out. Instead, he's going to have to rely on LC Crow, and those precious few seconds ticking by is going to cost the Broncos. They did not have someone out there to try to cheat it out and push it over toward the goal. And now MSOE is going to continue their undefeated streak, as Boise is now 4-1 in the season.
Yeah, Boise State, unfortunately, not quite able to capitalize on early leads in the Game 2 and Game 3. So, great job by the Raiders. I think I saw that Pillow's little tag there was Captain Clutch, and that he was, scoring 2 goals in the last 30 seconds to completely flip Game 3 on its head.
Well, I gotta say, we did have that one member in chat who said he was conflicted but decided to go for MSOE, and my goodness, does he have something to cheer about right now. Congrats to him, and congrats to MSOE for a great game. And one thing I just want to touch on is in those last 2 games were come-from-behind victories for MSOE. They were down in the second game 3 goals, and they scored 5 in a row. In this next one, they came back from being behind and scored 4 goals to make it 3-4. That is absolutely amazing. And the Broncos just couldn't respond. They just had some misplays on defense. There are a few double commits here that allowed MSOE to score some goals.
I mean, there was just also a few inches. I think one of the Pillows' first goal was just maybe a nanosecond ahead of Wayton getting a save. We saw in the second goal he scored, ace pocket. If he was just an inch taller of a car, that would have been a save as well. So those were excellent shots of on goal by the Raiders. That was definitely taking advantage of the limited space they had, and then Pillow just a fantastic last minute of that game 3 to seal the game for the Raiders and seal the series. Great job by him scoring, as you mentioned, Gem Mountain, 7 goals that we saw. We missed 2 in the first game as well. He might have had 2 more to his tally.
Yeah, definitely might have had 2 more to this tally. It just, unfortunately for Boise State, they're going to have to dust themselves off and go into this next match. It's going to be Boise State versus Lincoln College, the Broncos versus the Lynx there. I know Fish thought it was a little bit, it is kind of a nice pun, Lincoln College, the Lynx, finding an animal that sounds very much like your school name, so I have to commend them for that. So now, here's the thing. Both Boise State squads are undefeated. Yep. So now we're looking at Takidu, Cosmo Buster, and Baynock. Now going to be able to maybe see if they can go 5-0. Lincoln College is 1-2 currently, but you can never count any school out. We were talking about that with their match against Montana, and Montana certainly put up such a tough fight for Boise State, taking them to five games. So you can't really predict it either way now. The Broncos definitely can't take anything for granted, as we saw in the first game.
No, I think it definitely is going to come down to Doc's keys of the game, as we talked about, keeping those 4 minutes of side control so that the Lynx aren't going to have any counterattacking opportunities, and winning the 50-50 ball. That is going to be the huge for Boise State. That is going to be a lot of fun and definitely going to be huge for Boise State. Winning those 50-50 balls, that turns into goals, and that means a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun, and a new map is going to be coming out, not necessarily in terms of giving either team an advantage, but definitely a nice change of scenery at night, so we know the stakes are risen here as Beckwith Night, it looks like the match is, and right now Mimsy was able to get a score as Baynock with a shot on goal, but he's going to continue to follow that up, keep the offensive push going for Boise State as it goes over towards Smiles. Now, Takidu is going to try to set up something for the Broncos as Baynock comes in, trying to find a shot on goal. Ace comes right in, but now he's out of the way. There's only one in front of the goal. Mimsy is able to try to get a clear. Cosmo Buster with the follow-up. Ace is right there again with another save.
Yeah, Takidu is going to try and keep the pressure up. He is going to play it around one, passes it over for Baynock. He's going to get a shot on goal. That one's going to go just a little bit high. The follow-up from Baynock as well gets turned away by Mimsy. Boise State, all of these shots and nothing to show for it. Takidu tries for a centering pass, gets turned away, but Baynock's going to keep the pressure on the goal. Ball bounces right in front of the goal, and Baynock with our first goal this series.
And the Fish start exploding. You better avert your eyes, Fish, because it's about to get messy right now as Baynock scores the first goal just a little bit, almost toward a minute into the match. A great start for the Broncos as they are going to go into the 50-50 here. They are not going to get the better of it, but Cosmo Buster is right there to cheat out towards the goal, and a great save there by Mimsy, but the Broncos might continue trying to find it as it gets past Cosmo Buster over their fight. Such a good angle. I don't know if you could have squeezed that in. My goodness, look at this right here. So close to able to be getting the save here.
Yeah, that was just a perfect shot. What a great pass there as well. I believe that was Tacky who put it right where Cosmo Buster could put a great shot on goal. So the Broncos up 2, 50-50 ball goes kind of just off to the side. Baynock comes flying in to get the clear, but Mimsy will push it down in the Broncos half. Cosmo Buster waiting for him. He plays it off the wall. Tacky going to beat Smiles to the ball and get a very nice clear with some help from Baynock. Ace is right there. Cosmo Buster's going to play it around him though. Mims tries to get the clear, can't quite beat Baynock. The ball shot on goal by Tacky, who's going to go wide. Cosmo Buster can't quite get there for the follow-up, so it will be a clear by Mimsy. Cosmo Buster, though, going to keep it on their side. Now we're going to have another follow-up here from Tacky, just above Cosmo Buster. Tacky going to get the follow-up, beats Smiles to the ball, plays it around him, but Ace will get the clear for the Lynx. Over in the corner, there is Baynock. He is going to try and clear this ball away. Cosmo Buster gets the full boost in the corner and is in a perfect spot for this ball. Plays it around one. Ace disrupts him. He is going to go with a centering shot as well. Shot on goal is going to go far to the left. He does steal the boost as well. Mimsy kind of waiting for that ball. Another shot on goal off the crossbar by Baynock, unfortunately. Takidu is going to stop a clear from Mimsy. Plays it around Ace. Can't quite play it around Smiles, though. He gets the clear until Baynock has something to say about it. Shot on goal once again turned away by Mimsy. Baynock plays it to Cosmo Buster just over his head. Goes right in front of the Lynx goal. Takidu is there to stop it from being cleared. Mimsy can't quite disrupt him. Baynock racing down. Ace plays it around one. Can't quite play it off the wall himself, though. That is a huge misplay. Baynock able to take advantage of that. Puts it right above the Lynx goal, but now it looks like they have regrouped Gem Mountain.
Regrouped, ready to attack his Cosmo Buster. Has an open shot on goal, but Ace came right in there, was able to dunk. But Baynock's going to say, I'm going to step up and score the goal for you. Getting a second goal of the match. Boise State now has a 3-0 lead. I just have to say it's a good thing Ace Pocket is in this match, because if we had Ace versus Ace Pocket, that would have led to a lot of confusion, Fish.
Yes, it would have. And Cosmo Buster also put a very nice block on Smiles to leave that as an open goal opportunity.
Now 50-50, it's going to be in the center. Ace was there to try to cheat it. It goes off toward Boise State's territory, but with the pass to Takidu, this might turn into an offensive push for the Broncos. Cosmo Buster comes racing in, but is going to get demoed, so Baynock follows it up right off the right post, and now Lincoln has a chance to try to clear this if they so want to. Takidu is going to be right there getting the clear. A great pass over to Baynock. My goodness, talk about the give and go. Boise State with some great play there.
Yeah, great play, and now it's down in the Lynx. Half Smiles is going to get the clear, but Baynock will push it back before he gets demo. Takidu racing down, can't quite beat Ace, but Cosmo Buster is there. Plays it around Smiles and Ace. Mimsy there, though, but the centering pass from Cosmo Buster. No follow-up there. Ace can't quite get to it. Taki's going to play it off the wall. Can't quite play the rebound off of Mimsy, but there is Baynock's centering shot. Goes to Mimsy, who tries and gets the clear, but Cosmo Buster is having none of that. Baynock going to push it down into the corner, over to Cosmo Buster, right back to Baynock. Shot on goal. What a save by Ace, and the crossbar comes in to help Takidu and save it from him going in as well. So Boise State forced to regroup on that clear. It's Ace can't quite get to the ball, and Baynock clears around one. One man left to beat, but Mimsy should be able to get to this ball.
I do believe we are now seeing one of Doc's keys to the game being fulfilled. 4 minutes passed, and have you really seen the ball in Boise State's territory for any prolonged length of time? No, you haven't. Right now, maybe Lincoln can turn this into a goal, but Baynock, look at that, is able to clear it out with ease and pass it to Takidu, but instead the ball is going to go off to the left. Ace is going to get demoed, so the Broncos have a few seconds there to try to make something of it. Instead, Ace is going to respawn. Now Cosmo Buster passes it off to Baynock, and my goodness, the passes and rotations have been immaculate for the Broncos this round.
Yeah, the passes have been insane for Boise State. Cosmo Buster gets played around by Smiles. A demo is going to come out onto Mimsy, though. Centering pass to Ace. Not going to be good.
Oh, my
shot on goal. Just a little high, but Baynock's going to follow it up, and he makes it 4-0.
Toss your hats, or in this case, your fish, into the ring, because Baynock has gotten himself a hat trick for this match, and the fish go a-flying all over the field.
And please do not toss me into any ring. I will not land very softly. It'll be not a lot of fun for me. 50-50 ball goes over to Baynock, plays it off the wall. Mimsy is there to disrupt Cosmo Buster. Baynock coming back, but Ace will push it down as the Lynx look for one final goal here with just 3 seconds left. Cosmo Buster gets the clear over to Baynock. Ball's kept alive. Cosmo Buster pushes it over to Baynock, but unfortunately, there we go. We're still going there. Boise State trying to keep it alive. Off the wall. Back to Mimsy. The Lynx on the counterattack now. Cosmo Buster will kill it.
I don't know. Maybe Lincoln College got in touch with the Raiders and said, can we borrow some of your strats there? But it's not going to be enough as the Broncos take the first victory there. And you are watching Boise State versus Lincoln College. This is the Broncos versus the Lynx in tonight's Monday Night Rocket League match. And just in case you were wondering, you are indeed starting to hear some cheers and call-outs from the Overwatch team that's also scrimming tonight. I told you you might hear some background noise with that in there. So everyone's here having a good time, and certainly a good time for the Broncos with such a start like that. And, you know, it's almost as if the roles have been reversed here, because some of the defensive problems that we saw with the Broncos last game are now applying to Lincoln College.
Yeah, I mean, it really all starts with Doc's use the game in the side control. As you mentioned, Gem Mountain, really very limited shot on goal opportunities for the Lynx as we jump into game 2. And just like that, the ball in a familiar spot in the Lynx half. Mimsy can't quite play it around Baynock. Ace is there for the clear. Cosmo Buster keeps it at midfield until Smiles pushes it down. Tacky Dude disrupts his dribble. Baynock going to put the clear down onto Lynx goal. Ace is there. The last man left. He will get the save. Baynock puts the shot on goal, goes wide. Mimsy is there. Cosmo Buster tries for the follow-up. Gets disrupted by Smiles, but that ball is not done yet. Tacky goes for the centering pass. It goes over Smiles. A great job by Baynock. Shoots it to Tacky Dude, who gets the shot on goal for the first goal of game 2.
Some of the angles tonight have been insane. Look at Baynock passing to Tacky Dude over here. The give and go has been so good for Boise State. And they are starting right where they left off, and much in the tradition of the second game of our Rocket League broadcast, it is turning into a very dominant performance from the Broncos. Right now in front of the goal, Ace is going to try to get the clear, but Cosmo Buster is right there to push it back to the corner. A pass to Baynock and a shot on goal, and it is going to find it. Fish, have you seen better passes in a game? It's just, this is insane what the Broncos are pulling off.
Yeah, that was incredible. I wish we would have had the backwards angle there because I didn't even see that touch of Baynock. I think they might have robbed the goal from Cosmo Buster there, but regardless, a great job by Boise State there. No one in the Lynx goal able to stop it, all 3 members. And Boise State, though, the 50-50 does go the way of the Lynx, but now they're able to clear it. Tacky Dude plays it off the wall right over to Baynock. Shot on goal will be turned away by Mimsy, though. Cosmo Buster with the follow-up, pushes it on goal. Ace can't get there, and Boise State keeps it up. Goal number 3 in just over a minute.
And the great thing about this game is that they're sharing the credit between them because each member of the team now has a goal to their name. Tacky, Baynock, and Cosmo, all with 1 goal so far. And would you believe it, Fish, if I told you we're only a minute into this match right now? The Broncos certainly have so much momentum. Cosmo Buster off to the side as Smiles comes right in. This is really the first time we've seen Lincoln College try to get some sort of offensive push. Baynock is right there up the wall. Tries to get the centering pass. The double tap there is going to be able... Man, the control from these guys is so insane. And Tacky Dude's going to come right in to clean it up.
He stole it. Yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of goal thievery here. Cosmo Buster had the credit. Tacky Dude just making sure it goes in, but he gets the goal. But that was excellent double tap there by Cosmo Buster. That's not a pass. That's just a goal steal.
I mean, the Broncos have certainly come alive in this match. It's almost as if, like the pony you saw in the petting zoo that was fine has turned into a raging Bronco, just kicking Lincoln College all over the field right now. And Cosmo Buster with another shot on goal is going to follow that up. Baynock off the crossbar again with Cosmo Buster. They just don't want to give up. They want to find their 5th goal. And the centering pass to Tacky Dude, they're both going to come in. And Baynock getting the goal there. He saw what Tacky Dude did there with the goal steal, so he's going to take it from him instead.
Yeah, those are the one kind of double commit you're okay with if you're Boise State. Baynock and Tacky Dude going to combine for that one. Baynock gets credit with the goal, and Boise State has been putting on a great show here in Game 2. 5-0, 50-50 ball. Will go just over to the Lynx's side. Ace gets the clear as well, but we will see Baynock come in. Cosmo Buster plays it off the wall. Baynock going to push it over to Tacky Dude. What a pass! What a shot on goal, but all the credit has to go to Baynock there. That is a fantastic pass right over to Tacky Dude, who all he has to do is get the shot on goal.
The passes for this match have certainly come through for Boise State. 6-0. And might I say, we're another minute into the match, so they're consistently now getting 3 goals a minute. If they were to continue with this pace, they would have 15 by the end of the match. I don't know if we'll see something that high, but the Broncos certainly have all the momentum behind them as the ball is going to go toward Cosmo Buster, who sets it up for Baynock. Right, just a little bit too high. Tacky's going to come in with the follow-up. Up too high again, but he redirects it down, getting the 7th goal for Boise State.
Yeah, what a great play there by Tacky Dude, following up his own shot. What an excellent angle he took on that rebound, puts it where nobody could get it. 7-0 Boise State, and unfortunately the Lynx just cannot get a clear. Boise State has kept the offensive pressure on. I'm not even sure that the Lynx have registered a true shot on goal. Rocket League can be a little generous sometimes, but I'm not sure they've registered one.
I mean, this is getting into territory where some disciplinary action might have to be taken against the Broncos. What are you doing? You're going for an 8th goal? Are you serious right now? Right now it's going to be cleared, but Baynock is right there to keep pushing it. A great pass over to Takidu, and Cosmo Buster's going to follow that up back towards the corner and in front of the goal again, and Taki comes right in with another great pass to Baynock or Cosmo Buster. Actually, they were kind of bunched up there. So right now, Lincoln might try to do that to get some sort of clear. The centering pass is found, and Takidu might be there. Unfortunately, he was bumped a little, so that didn't give him the angle that he needed to try to get the shot on goal. Now we're 3 minutes into the match. The Broncos with a commanding 7-0 lead right now. This is just amazing what the Broncos have been doing. And just a miss there from Takidu. He was trying to get another shot on goal there. Ace is going to try to push it up to the center of the field. And just a bit of stuttering from Lincoln College right there. You saw a little bit of a double commit. One actually ran into the other. So the team play on Lincoln definitely, especially with how well Boise State has been performing with the passes to each other, it's definitely night and day. And now Baynock's going to pass it over to Cosmo Buster. Takidu unfortunately was demoed, so he wasn't up there to follow it up. Now the ball is going to go over to the side. No goal yet for the Broncos, but they don't necessarily need another one right now.
Hey, I mean, you keep scoring until the other team stops you, because the moment you take your foot off the gas, no pun intended, you open yourself up for opportunities like that. Ace is going to score to make it 7-1. So I have to disagree with you, Jim Mountain. I don't think there should be any disciplinary action if Boise State puts up 15. You don't want to take yourself out of your element. You don't want to get your opponent get back in this game. I know 6 goals in a minute would be ridiculous, but if you start letting up, if you just start letting balls go into the corner because you don't want that 8th goal, I think that would be a mistake. So for Boise State, keep the pressure on. If you score 10, you score 10, just means the other team can't stop you. As Takidu's going to put a shot on goal, place it off the crossbar, and just like that, Baynock says, we'll answer right back. What a fantastic play. Great job by Baynock for just putting himself in the perfect position. What a display of technical skill.
Well, what you have to understand, Fish, is when I say disciplinary action, I'm not talking to the fact that they're winning. I'm in fact channeling one of our casters, Chizu, who says they have families to go home to. My goodness, just let up just a little bit. 8-1, a lead for Boise State.
Never let up. You never get out of your element, Jim Mountain. Takidu plays it around one. Open on goal there. Actually was 2 members back, excuse me, for the Lynx. Mimsy is going to get that save. Cosmo Buster steals the full boost, plays it up in the air to Baynock, shot on goal. Going to be turned away by Ace, but it goes right to Cosmo Buster. Follow-up, play off the crossbar. Mimsy just able to get the save to keep it at 8-1. Cosmo Buster, what's the follow-up though? Right to Baynock. What a play. Takes Ace out of it. Ball dies. There's Takidu. It's 9-1.
All right, officially go sit in the corner and think about what you have done. Takidu scoring his 5th goal of the match. The Broncos are on fire in any way, shape, or form. Every aspect of their performance has been immaculate thus far, and we're going to see the 50-50 go off to the side. The Broncos, would they like to put the cherry on top and take the score into double digits? They have 10 seconds left to do it as Cosmo Buster is going to come right in, take the ball away from Ninzi. Takidu is going to follow it up. Baynock, they're going to try to get the shot on goal here. Can they get 10 goals? 1 second left, not quite, but a 9-1 victory certainly isn't anything to be ashamed of, despite us me telling them to go sit in the corner, because my goodness, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the best performances we've seen on this casting desk by any team. Boise State, 4 minutes of side control might not have been high enough, as we are watching Boise State versus the Lincoln College Lynx in the NACE Rocket League, the first week of the spring NACE Rocket League competition. And Boise State currently sitting on match point after 4-0 and 9-1 victories. And this has been... If you want to play the Doc's keys to the game, this is exactly how you do it. Like I said, it might be 4.5 minutes of side control, maybe even 5. That was a midfield goal the Lynx did score. So for Boise State, an absolutely incredible performance. We'll see if they can finish it off here in Game 3.
And now the 3rd game starts, and Takidu is going to take it right up the field with a pass to Baynock. Ace comes right in with some disruption. That's some really good play there from Lincoln. Unfortunately, they're not going to find the clear because the Broncos have been able to keep complete control of this ball, never leaving the blue side of the field. And now there you saw Nimsy just came in. It popped off his hood, his roof. but not with a lot of force, which allows the Broncos again to just juggle the ball between each other with ease. And right now, Baynock was credited with a shot on goal here. We've seen some weird angles there coming to goals, but just not quite enough for them there. Cosmo Buster, and it looks like Lincoln College is really starting to get their defenses. Now they push it into Boise State side of the field. It now, Baynock picks up the 100 boost. Smiles came in, but instead he drove right around Baynock, and that just allowed Baynock to drive it right up to the goal, where Cosmo Buster's waiting to get the first goal of the third game.
Yeah, excellent pass here by Baynock. Plays it around Mimsy. Perfectly put. Not even Ace can get there. And we've talked about it all series long. The passing of this Boise State team has been incredible. They're always looking for opportunities to set each other up. When the other team clearly thinks it's been a goal, it's a shot, and now it looks like the members of the
Raiders are back.
The Raiders are back. The Lincoln College Lynx do not want to do anything. They have just all stood in front of their goal very sadly as Baynock.
This almost looks like a protest.
They just wanted to see the fish explosion, apparently.
They just want to see another fish explosion. It does look like we did have a lost connection there. So now, yeah, I just got to say, things have been a little weird today so far in just terms of the technical aspects of it. So I'm not sure how much we're going to be counting the next a few minutes, because Lincoln is just playing 2-3 right now.
Looks like maybe the teams have agreed for Cosmo Buster to sit this one out. Yeah, he's just going to sit in the goal, so it looks like we're going to play this 2-on-2. Mimsy can't quite play it around one. He will get the demo, though, but Baynock is able to push it away. Able to beat Mimsy to the ball, plays it, waiting to play it off the wall there. Mimsy and Smiles both commit for that, and it is going to stay on the Broncos side for now. Mimsy going to climb up the wall, play it into the corner around one, and a great shot by Mimsy. Going to make it 2-1.
They are able to, they make it 2-1 actually. Oh yeah, they are. I'm sorry, I was seeing the replay, thought that was live feed. Yeah, they make it 2-1 in this match, and now this is very, very interesting. 2v2 instead of the standard 3v3. Maybe Lincoln College was just playing in the wrong format. Maybe that is their scope. I'm telling you, the Raiders are causing all sorts of shenanigans tonight. This is just, I think we need to put in a word with Nace here, because it's just been insane what's been happening tonight. And talk about insane, Baynock almost able to get the goal there, but Smiles and Mimsy comes racing in and said, we've got to find an equalizer here, is able to play it past Takidu, and now the ball is in Boise State's territory. Boise State is going to try to get the clear here. Both members of Lincoln are lying in wait. Mimsy comes right in, dunks over him. That's a great play, but they can't turn it into an offensive push despite getting the demo on Baynock.
Takidu's going to push it to midfield. Can't quite get around Smiles. Baynock is there, though. He's just able to what a move to play it around Smiles. Bibsy able to get the clear down over to Takidu in the corner. Going to play it off the ceiling. Plays it around both members. No, Smiles did actually retreat in time. Plays it around him. A great pass over to Baynock. Shot on goal does go wide, though. However, Takidu will run the race over the ball, plays it off the ceiling, bounces it over one and over the goal. Mimsy not able to get there. Here comes Baynock, a centering pass. Goes right to Smiles. Mimsy able to get another clear on it, and it looks like the Lynx will be able to put some pressure, looking for the equalizer. Takidu with a fantastic save. If you are wondering why this looks a bit weird, we did have a disconnect on the side of the Lynx. A shot on goal from Baynock, turned away by Mimsy. Boise State has agreed to play 2-on-2 for the rest of this match, so Cosmo Buster is sitting out in the goal. Boise State going to go, trying to take a shot, goes over. Smiles able to get the clear as Baynock comes flying in. Couldn't quite convert there. Smiles trying to play it around Takidu. Takidu is there. Baynock was ready for the support as well. Off the wall it goes. Centering shot over to Baynock. That one's going to go wide as well. Boise State just putting shot after shot on the Lynx goal.
You know, Fish, maybe it's occurred to me that 2v2 was what we needed to be playing all along, because this is much more exciting. It's been much more close, but Mimsy was unable to get the save there. Baynock from way on the other side of the field. There was just from way downtown, as you would like to say it. Mimsy came rushing in, wasn't able to get there. That's going to make it 3-1 for the Broncos. Now 1 minute 16 seconds left on the clock. The 50-50 is going to go off into Lincoln's territory. Smiles is right there trying to do some cleanup work, but the Broncos are going to come right in with their push, and it gets played around both of them. That was a bit of a misplay right there, and now the Broncos might want to come in and try to find the other angle. The thing is, they can only set this up once for a follow-up, and now they might come in right here, and Cosmo Buster was right there to get the 4th goal.
Cosmo Buster coming out of nowhere. Just an excellent shot right there. Is a 2-on-2. They did have a disconnect. I'm guessing Boise State had decided to have Takidu sit out that one in the goal. So Boise State going to go up 4-1 here. We go into the 50-50 ball. Smiles not quite able to beat Takidu. Does go over to his side. There's Cosmo Buster. Plays it around Mimsy, but Mimsy will get a great clear down onto the goal, but Takidu is there. Smiles not able to play it off the wall. Shot on goal from Cosmo Buster from midfield. Going to make it 5-1.
My. These past few goals have just been a complete lapse of any sort of defense from the Lynx. Wide open goal there. Okay, I might want to take back what I said, Fish, about 2v2, because the Broncos are still proving to be just as insane in this match too, and Baynok's going to be able to steal the 100 boost there, have what he needs to try to play it around there and set it up. Takidu misses. Smiles looking for the clear. Baynok is right there to push it back in to keep the offensive going, and now Baynok trying to pass over to Takidu. That could have been a great goal there, but just misalignment didn't quite work out for them. Now Smiles is up on the wall trying to clear it over toward the Broncos territory. Takidu's going to come right in, get a clear of his own towards the goal, which it looks like it might be open again, but Mimsy comes racing in at the last minute, preventing yet another goal from being scored on them. And now the Broncos might have one heading towards their goal as well, but with 1 second left on the clock, it's not going to make much of a difference. All the ball needs to do now is hit the ground, and the Broncos will have their 2nd victory of this match. Their 3rd, actually. That's it. That's it. The Broncos did it.
Yeah, we'll be curious to see if we are going to count that. We did have a disconnect, so I would assume we would as we are playing Boise State versus the Lincoln College Link here in the NACE Spring Split. Boise State had just won Game 3, and we believe this series. We did have a disconnect, though, so I don't want to speak before I know exactly what happened. I want to make sure NACE is okay with us playing 2-on-2. You don't want to have somebody come back and say, you didn't quite play the NACE rules. So we'll wait for that official ruling, but if it is official, Boise State did a fantastic job dominating the ball, keeping it in the Link side almost all 3 games. Excellent performance by Boise State.
And a great smile there from Baynok on stage. All the members of the Rocket League team, probably one of the happiest and most, one of the happiest teams we have here in our esports family, always with a smile on their face. And my name is, in fact, Jem Mountain. We are going to play another. So, yeah, we're going to just make sure everything's on the up and up. But we are going to take a quick break and make sure everything's right, make sure the Raiders don't interfere with the match again. But congrats to them on the win, though. They did a good job. We'll be right back.
Boise State Esports is brought to you by Game Pants Arenas and Equipment, Omen by HP, and Archon Clothing, makers of official licensed Boise State Esports apparel.
Welcome back. We are going to be having another game in Boise State's matchup against Lincoln College in this NACE Rocket League matchup because we did have a disconnect the last game, and we do want to make sure everything's all fair and on the up and up here. So, in effect, Boise State still has a 2-0 lead in this match so far. I'm still your host, Jacob Jim Mountain Palmer, joined by Michael Fish Fisher. Great to have you with us. And the Broncos, in terms of advice, all I can say is pick up where you left off.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. Even when we had our little 2-on-2 just for funsies match there, the Broncos did a great job. So, yeah, Boise State, if they can just keep the pressure up, if they can keep the ball on the Lynx side, I definitely think Game 3 will go the same way as the first two, and Boise State should be headed to a victory. But the Lynx did score a couple of goals in that, so they definitely have the tools to get back in this series. But Boise State has been doing an excellent job with ball control so far.
I mean, the passes in this game are probably the best I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen just such great juggling, if you will, between the team members. The rotations have been on point. I really haven't seen that many gaps in defense or any defense in a good way, because Boise State keeps keeping it on the side of Lincoln College. It really, the side control has been insane here, and you do see Baynock, Takidu, and Cosmo Buster all on stage. They're certainly having a lot to be happy about right now because they have been putting on an amazing performance.
Yeah, they have been doing an excellent job here against the Lynx as we get headed into Game 3 with the Broncos on match point. So for Boise State, as we said, if you can just keep up the lane pressure, the side pressure, if you can keep just putting shot after shot on the Lynx goal, I definitely think Boise State is in a fantastic position right now. Even when the Lynx get a clear, Boise State is right back, and they're able to take it from being any sort of shot on goal. This is Boise State Esports versus the Lincoln College Lynx. This is the NACE spring season in Rocket League. Boise State currently the Busters, this squad 4-0 right now against the 1-2 Lincoln College. So Boise State up on match point here as we get everything sorted out. Don't want to have another disconnect and play another 4 minutes that don't officially count. So we want to make sure everything's right. Should be a lot of fun, though, as Boise State looks to close out this series.
I mean, a little extra fun for us to cast as well and enjoy. And one thing I do have to say is the person in Twitch chat who changed their allegiance over to MSOE just to cheer on his side has now gone back to cheering for the Broncos. Might I say he might be the good luck charm for this whole day, because whoever he's been cheering for has been doing well.
Yeah, he must be the deciding factor in all these matches. Who cares about the players? Who cares about the bounces? It's all our Twitch fan here who has been giving his allegiance over to multiple colleges. He, of course, said he was in Milwaukee, so that's why he was rooting for the Raiders earlier. He's not just a bandwagoner or a front runner, but now that he's back on Boise State's side, it's been an excellent performance in the first two games.
Yeah, an excellent performance. Here is Doc's keys to the game again. 4-minute side. I'm going to amend that and just say 5-minute side control.
That's what it's been.
That's basically what it's been. Contact and disrupt. Call your passes. Keep communicating. No lulls. I'd say they followed everything to a T here in Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Boise State University. At Boise State, you can choose from more than 200 areas of studies, have the chance to combine minors, certificates, internships, hands-on research, work opportunities, and more to make your educational experience unique. Visit boisestate.edu for more information, and you can go to boisestate.edu for information on the esports program. So we are going to replay this match, but a slight rule change. So because the DC happened with 4 minutes left on the clock, that's going to affect how we play the game. Maybe not a full game, but just trying to make up for the time. Still a full game.
The production telling us in our ear that when the DC happened, and it already happened after Boise State's first goal, so under NACE rules, it could have been counted as an official game. Boise State has offered the Lynx to replay it so that they can get another shot at it. So that is what we will do. So Boise State offering the Lynx to replay the full game, sort of amend the NACE rules, saying since the DC happened after the first goal, we could count this as an official result, but we will not do that. We will head into a fresh Game 3, 0-0, 5 minutes on the clock, just so everyone is up to speed on what is happening tonight.
Yeah, make sure everything is fair, everything is all squared away, and I wouldn't have it any other way because, as we say, and I definitely think we prove this with MSOE, we always like to be biased, unbiased here on the desk, always rooting for our Broncos, but at the same time, willing to call out other teams and definitely praise them for when they give the Broncos a challenge. And like you said earlier, as much as it is a little kind of fun to watch these blowouts. It is always nice to see it go to tiebreakers and to see both teams very evenly matched, with the Broncos coming out on top in the end.
Yeah, just that little caveat. So we'll have a shot at that. The Lynx can engineer a reverse sweep. They have scored a couple of goals in the last few games, one in Game 2, one in our little for fun Game 3 that we played there just so we had everything straight. So they definitely have a path back in it, but it's got to start with getting these clears. Boise State, every time you think it's a clear, it's not been a clear. As we see someone from Twitch chat there. Hello from Lincoln College. Great stream and announcing.
Yes,
thank you
welcome
so much, and thank you for joining in. Hopefully the Lynx can put on a great show for you in Game 3. But yeah, if the Lynx can get clears, I definitely think they can turn this game around. But even as a caster, I'm like, all right, there's a clear, and then here comes Cosmo Buster. The ball dies in midfield. Here comes Takidu, immediately pushing it back. So this just starts with the Lynx getting the ball out of their own half, and that is how you can start to gain control of this game. So if they can get good clears, get consistent clears, I definitely see how they can keep this series going.
And it is interesting that in this current match, we have seen a good amount of demos come out where we didn't see that in the first match, but neither team really able to capitalize on those demos. But they can be so disruptive, especially with a team like Boise State that likes setting things up for their teammates, that is so good on the passing. If you can take one teammate out of that equation, you can really disrupt those strategies.
Yeah, I mean, while you would think that a demolition just in its nature would be offensive if we hop into this game, it can be very defensive as well. Actually, we're going to look at some replays, from earlier in this series, Boise State versus Lincoln College. But yeah, a good demo can be a great defensive tool because, as you mentioned, it puts you in a 2-on-3 and it eliminates some of those passes you can make. So that could be another key for the Lynx as well, as getting some demos onto Boise State, because then when you make that pass, that member is just simply respawning. His screen is gray, so it just changes the game.
Yeah, it can definitely change the game. We will definitely see if the game can be changed, because for this next match, it is do or die for Lincoln College. They need to score this and hopefully bring on some kind of reverse sweep. But so far, it's been a day of 3-0 matches, because that's what MSOE pulled out against the Broncos in the first match of the day. And now the Broncos have turned that around and are pulling that out against Lincoln College. So it will be interesting to see what happens. I do like to say that the tradition of the second game tending to go more towards blowouts is certainly being fulfilled, as in the second match, we saw a 9-1 victory with the Broncos. I was thinking they might try to make it double digits, but right now a win is a win is a win for the Broncos, and it is going to be cleared over toward their territory. So maybe the Lynx want to try to make some sort of offensive push towards the goal. Ace had a great shot on goal off the right post there, just a little bit off, but that's what we want to see from Lincoln College. Let's make this just a bit more competitive here, shall we? Ace with a great save there as Baynock had a shot on goal. Smiles is going to go up. Takidu's going to play around them, and now Mimsy is able to get another great clear, and Boise State hasn't been able to hit it back midfield. It is now going decisively in their territory, and a contest is going to come out here. Instead, one member from Lincoln College is going to miss, but Baynock is going to get demoed right away and allow Lincoln College to maybe get some sort of offense. No, the defense from Boise State has been too good this game, rarely, if ever, allowing the ball to get into their territory. Like right here, you see Takidu was able to play it around Nincy. He and Cosmo Buster rush in. They don't want it in front of the goal, and Takidu was going to get demoed again. So Lincoln has been able to pull off a good amount of demos this game, but none of them have translated into any goals.
No, but they definitely have kept the pressure up on Boise State. Bay not going to get the shot on goal. Excuse me, that was Takidu. Mimsy gets the save. Cosmo Buster tries to follow it up, but it goes over into the corner. Ace looking for the clear. Going to play it over. Takidu. Baynock is there to disrupt it, though, but Smiles keeps it down into the Bronco corner. Demo going to go out onto Mimsy. Another ball goes off the post. Ace's shot can't convert either. Boise State having some help from that fourth teammate, the post, so far in this game. Bay not going to try and play it around. Can't get it around Smiles, who pushes it down. Takidu there, able to stop it. Mimsy can't stop him either, but Ace will get the clear. Cosmo Buster in perfect position to stop that one, though. Can't play it around. Ace Baynock there, though, right over to Cosmo Buster. Little double commit there from Boise State, but Baynock able to keep control. Centers it for Takidu. Ace and Smiles, though, are both back. Mimsy able to get the clear as well. Smiles down in front of the goal, but a great shot by Baynock there makes it 1-0.
There you go, the first goal of the match, but it took them 2 minutes to score that goal. It's almost as if we're seeing a different Lincoln College come forth. I do wonder if the prolonged break that came from that disconnection might have helped them, because sometimes it can really help you, stop from tilt as it's going to go toward Boise State's goal. A weird 50-50 might be what Lincoln needs instead. Man, it just got cut off there in the top right. That would have been a great equalizer for Lincoln. But as I was saying, one of the greatest things you can do to kind of recenter yourself, especially when the other team is sweeping you, is just take a few minutes off and clear your minds. And maybe that might have worked out well for Lincoln because they are being able to get a lot more side control in this match.
Yeah, being able to reset any sort of tilt might have been in the favor of the Lynx. Shot on goal. Just turned away there by Ace. Cosmobuster wants to follow it up. Centering pass to Tacky Doo. That one gets disrupted on a double commit by the Lynx. Ace and Mimsy now going to double commit on the ball. It will go above the Broncos net, but Baynock with a huge clear. Cosmobuster racing it down, plays it over one off the wall. Follow-up shot off. Baynock's a little high. Cosmobuster's shot also turned away by Ace. The Broncos cannot convert on 3 opportunities. Tacky Doo will clear it away from in front of his net. Baynock going to play it off the wall right up to Tacky Doo. Open net for the Lynx, and Tacky Doo makes it 2-0.
Unfortunately, Lincoln College has had the unfortunate trend of leaving open goals, and that is when Boise State can definitely punish them for that. But it's also there have been goals scored when they're trying to defend, but Boise State is so good with their passing and so quick on the passing that it's hard to respond to them. The ball's going to go off to the side where Baynock is waiting to push it toward Lincoln's goal. Mimsy misses. Ace is going to be there trying to find the clear, but Cosmobuster is able to come in and dunk, allowing him to try to get a centering pass. Now it's going to get cleared over to Boise State's territory. Off into the corner, Tacky Doo gets demoed by Mimsy, and now Smiles tries to play it around the corner, trying to find some sort of centering pass. Mimsy now tries to play it over instead. He's going to get dunked. Tacky Doo gets the centering pass over to Baynock. Maybe the Broncos can score another goal here. So far, we are just waiting to see if they can do it. Tacky Doo just a little bit high into the left. Baynock tried to follow that up, didn't get the angle that he wanted, and now it's all on Lincoln to try to get it clear here. 1 minute, 18 seconds left, and Lincoln needs to find a goal here now to try to get an equalizer, or it's going to be over for them.
Yeah, they do still have a minute left. If they are able to get 2 goals, that's definitely doable. Cosmobuster, though, with a great centering pass. Tacky Doo's shot is going to go high. Ace gets the clear, but Cosmobuster staying back, able to keep the pressure on. Mimsy able to get the clear, but off the wall. Tacky Doo beats him to the ball. Baynock racing over into the corner, beats Ace. Shot going to go right in front of the Lynx goal over Smiles. Unfortunately, Tacky Doo can't quite convert. Cosmobuster's shot on goal going to go a little bit to the left. Cosmobuster still there, though, going to get the centering. Smiles disrupts that one now as we tick down with just 30 seconds left. Shot on goal, but Baynock is going to be able to turn that one away. 30 seconds left. The Lynx need to find something quickly. Baynock with a great shot on goal, plays it around 3 members. What a game by Baynock there. Plays it around all 3 members of the Lynx. Shot on goal, goes in, and Boise State should have done enough to hopefully seal off this game in 26 seconds.
26 seconds left. The Broncos with a 3rd goal can definitely rest a little bit easier now. Lincoln might be able to get some sort of shot on goal. They have had them, but they just missed overall. So Lincoln definitely having some tools in their belt to try to get some sort of offensive push, but just not turning out in their favor. But Ace is going to get the goal for Lincoln. Good for you, Lynx. You scored a goal. I do love to see teams do this. Just like Montana versus the same team about a week or 2 ago. You got to give it to these guys. They were a team that's 1-2 going up against a 4-0 team. And the amount of improvement that they've shown in this match, not allowing it to go to, 8 or 9 goals, I have to really commend them for that. They've really been able to center themselves and improve their performance in these games.
They've done a fantastic job as we tick down 1 second left. Boise State may be looking for that last goal, but the ball will touch the ground. And Boise State with a 3-1 win will finish off the Lynx, and the Buster squad will move to 5-0.
Busters move to 5-0 in a great match. And we are right now, you have just seen Boise State versus Lincoln College, the Broncos versus the Lynx in this Monday Night Rocket League matchup. That's the 2nd game out of 3 tonight. We will get to that 3rd game shortly. But first, For you eagle-eared listeners right now in Twitch chat, you might have noticed that you are hearing some of our Overwatch team screaming right now, and they are doing that for a very good reason because they have been able to go undefeated in the Mountain division in the Mountain West Esports Series for Overwatch. They will be going to Vegas very shortly to compete in the finals, and to talk about that, we have Mike Ayo joining us at the desk, a producer of the Mountain West Championship in Las Vegas. It is great to talk to you and give us a little bit of insight for how this is going to go down with the Broncos going there for the finals in Overwatch very shortly.
Yeah, guys. Hey, well, first of all, happy to be here. Nice. Thanks for having me on your awesome desk here. Just got a chance to tour the whole campus with the gang today and coming here for the first time. So incredible setup. Love being here at Boise State. As far as the Mountain West Conference Esports Championships are going, that'll be next weekend in Las Vegas, as you mentioned. As you said, and the producer of that show, looking forward to your Overwatch team facing off against UNLV, a little blood match there. So they told me a lot about that today and their excitement for getting a chance to play the Rebels. And I'll be there to bring you the story.
Now, I've had a lot of questions from Boise State fans who aren't as familiar with esports because it is in Las Vegas. UNLV is there. And they're always like, well, is this UNLV's machines? How do you make sure it's fair? So what is the technical side going to look like? What is Boise State bringing? Because sometimes in professional levels, players bring their keyboards and mice. So do you guys have everything there for them, or can players bring some of their own equipment as well for the championships?
Yeah, I assure you that it's not UNLV's machines. It's our machines.
Good.
I've been
had a
working
lot
on
of
them
questions.
well, I don't know how to work the machines. I just know that we own them as the production company. But yeah, to answer your question, players bring their peripherals, as you say, right? So it's keyboards, mice. They bring. We provide them if they don't have them, but they bring them. But all the computers, the game installs, the updates, all that is handled by us, and it's all obviously fair and kosher.
And we can see right here, this is one of the very slick ads that is being put together to tell you about why you should turn into the Mountain West Championships, especially if you're a Boise State fan, because Boise State has had an amazing round. You can see them playing right there. I saw Food there and CBMX, March 6th and 7th. And what about the arena? Tell us about the venue in which this is taking place in.
So this is taking place at the Cox Pavilion, which is part of the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. That'll be happening at the same time as the Mountain West basketball championships are taking place, as part of March Madness. So the place will be buzzing with basketball and sports fans alike, and we hope to grab some of those, introduce them to esports, and hopefully they can watch some fun and exciting matches going on.
Yeah, what's like the capacity of that venue? Like how many people can it sit to watch?
That's a good question. I'd say probably 500.
Nice.
500-ish. Yeah, so it's set up chairs and stands. It's not in the actual arena where the basketball is being played. But yeah, there's plenty of seating, and we hope to fill it up.
Tell us about the growth of the Mountain West Championship. What did it start out as for esports, and what is it now? Has it always been in Cox Pavilion, or have we finally been able to work our way there? What does it look like for the last few years growing the Mountain West esports program?
Yeah, well, as you guys know, the Mountain West is, at the forefront of esports in general, which is great, to have such a progressive conference when it comes to esports and see the value of that. So I've been with the current production company I'm with, which is E-Star Studios, for about 2 years now. I know it's been at the UNLV facilities, Cox Pavilion specifically, for the last 3 years. So prior to that, you're kind of tapping me out on my history of it, but I know at least it's been at the Cox Pavilion for the last 3 years, which is an awesome venue, to host a championships event. And so, and then, we keep building and trying to make that event better and better every year. For example, I'm here in Boise to meet with all the players, take content with them, show off this beautiful campus. And I'll be visiting Colorado State and Nevada, Reno, and there's one more there, UNLV, over the next 4 days. So, yeah, it's a crazy run.
Yeah, 4 cities in 4 days. I can imagine that is quite a trek for you. What's been your impression of, so is this your second stop, or how many have you visited so far?
This is my first stop. So I had a full day here, my first time in Boise, which was really awesome. I was really impressed by it. I'm from Michigan, as you might be able to tell from my Detroit sweatshirt here. But so my first time and chance to visit Boise, loved it. Beautiful campus, and so I will be heading to Reno early tomorrow morning, then out to Colorado State on Wednesday, and then we finish up in Las Vegas on Thursday morning, and then the event starts Friday.
Well, it will be interesting to see what sort of facilities, especially a rival like UNLV would have. I don't want to say that we're like one of the premier esports leagues that started before everyone else to have the best production, but it will be interesting to see, for you to see what they have.
Yes.
It will be interesting, especially to tour all, but definitely a great rival for Boise State. I wish we are going to be going up to the matchup graphic right now just to see. And we do want to thank you so much for joining us. We hope the Broncos enjoy it down there in Las Vegas. We hope they enjoy the higher temperatures there as well as we stay behind here in frigid Boise. But hey, we're here to cheer on the Broncos wherever they are. And like we said, they are having 3 matches tonight, and the third match is going to be against Chico State in the CSL Rocket League tournament. So a bit of a different league here. It's going to be the Broncos versus the Wildcats. And this will be an interesting match to say the least, since this was a bit of a rescheduled match. But we are here with the same Cosmo Buster, Tacky Doo, and Baynock going to be competing in this one against the Wildcats. And my goodness, based on what we saw last match, we're going to bring up Doc's keys to the game here, but maybe we might just want to call this Doc's things the players have already done, because they have been so good in their performance. 5 minutes side control, really. Contact, disrupt, call your passes, keep communicating, no lulls. What an amazing night it has been for the Broncos, taking all these keys to heart. Doc's Keys to the Game are always brought to you by Boise State University, where you can choose from more than 200 areas of study and have the chance to combine minors, certificates, internships, hands-on research, work opportunities, and more. To make your educational experience unique, visit boisestate.edu for more information. And we are going to go right into this, Fish. Boise State versus Chico State.
Yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Boise State fresh off that win over Lynx College. They'll start off down in the Chico State side. It is going to be a clear near shot on goal. It does look like Cosmo Buster tried, but got pushed way off. Clear goes down. Tacky Doo able to turn it away. We do see Lucio able to try and keep it on that side. Rhodes pushes it down, but Baynock is there as well. Cosmo Buster tries to race into the ball. That ball goes right in front of the Broncos net. Tacky Doo with a fantastic save, pushes it over to Cosmo Buster, right over to Baynock. We see this teamwork still in action. Shot on goal off the crossbar. The demo comes out as well, and Cosmo Buster hits the crossbar as well. The vaunted 4th teammate coming in huge for Chico State, and they might be able to turn this one around. A shot on goal by Lucio. Not going to be able to score, but Boise State, my goodness, you can't get much closer than that.
Can't get much closer. Boise State still showing that great teamwork that we saw last match for them. And as we go towards the goal here, you can see the centering pass almost came through them, but Rhodes came right in and was able to get a great clear toward the goal of Boise State. Cosmo Buster is right there with a save. And Chico State is showing a great job on the counterattacks right now, able to give the Broncos much more of a run for their money as it goes near the crossbar there, back towards the center of the field where Nick's going to be waiting to try to keep the offense going. Is going to pass it over to the right side of the field where Rhodes is waiting. Around the corner he goes. Instead, Tacky Doo is going to be able to dunk him, allowing Cosmo Buster to pass it to him, finding the centering pass, and Baynock comes right in there for the first goal of the match. Great team play like we've been seeing all night.
Yeah, great job here by Cosmo Buster and Tacky Doo. Tacky Doo going to end up with the assist, sort of dives the ball right into the ground. Baynock triggers the Fish explosion, in Boise State, just like that, already up 1-0 on the Wildcats. 50-50 ball going to go the way of the Wildcats thanks to Nick Score's goal, but an immediate launch down by Tacky Doo. Baynock can't quite get the angle up in the air. The ball will die in the corner off Nick Score's goals, unfortunately. Cosmo Buster shot on goal, turned away. Tacky Doo wants to keep the pressure up. Great shot, gets a huge rebound off the ceiling, and Boise State up 2-0.
My goodness, the Broncos are picking up where they left off, 2-0. Chico State has definitely shown that they can do counterattacks, and they have gotten very close to scoring goals of their own, so I would definitely not count them out for a second. But Baynock is going to get the best of that 50-50 ball. Nick is right there, so Baynock tries to play around him, but instead Nick is going to be able to get the clear. Rhodes came rushing in, but Tacky Doo beat him to it. It's going to go back to Chico State's corner as Lucio tries to get he gets the demo on Cosmo Buster. Baynock is going to come rushing in as Cosmo Buster respawns right now. It goes toward the Boise State's corner. Cosmo Buster now respawn, grabs the boost, but Nick is going to dunk and get the ball to a position where Chico State might be able to try to score a goal here as Lucio comes right in, but Tacky Doo was able to clear that out toward Cosmo Buster, who now tries to turn it into a goal. Rhodes, a lot better defense here we're seeing in this third match, Fish.
That was a good job there by Rhodes. Bay not going to get the clear over Lucio. Right over to Cosmo Buster. Plays it off the wall, but Rhodes is there for an excellent push away as well. Ball goes under Cosmo Buster. Rhodes racing down Tacky to the last line of defense. Able to get a safe follow-up, though. Lucio able to put it in. The Wildcats with a great counterattack. Boise State just could never get the clear. Rhodes with a great centering shot, and Baynock just not in a great position. The ball he was facing his own goal, so he really couldn't hit the ball the way he wanted to.
Chico State from California. You know, we talk about school rivalries like Boise State and Utah and LV. How about state rivalries? Idaho versus California. Definitely a great matchup to see today, as Chico State has definitely been showing that they can represent the Golden State with pride. But Boise State is going to try to prove that Idaho has something to say as it goes back towards the center of the field. Right now, Rhodes continues to try to clear toward the center of the field. Baynock is going to come right in, trying to get some sort of offense going for Boise State. The ball gets played around Tacky, but Cosmo Buster comes right in there to get the clear. Lucio missed the ball there, so now it's going to be there for Nick to try to clear it. Rhodes is actually going to be the one to come in there. It bounces off of Baynock, who is able to keep the ball in Chico State's corner, and a great shot there from Cosmo Buster. Is going to get the third goal. One for each.
That was an all-around team play by Boise State. You see Tacky do demos, Nick scores goals, and then a great pass from Baynock to Cosmo Buster to put it in. That is the definition of teamwork. That gift might show up in the dictionary if they had that capabilities. Boise State now leading 3-1. Baynock just going to run down the 50-50 ball. They're going to get cleared out. Lucio now, and Nick scores goal. Is going to combine on that one. Great job by Rhodes, but there is Tacky clearing it down in open net, but unfortunately the ball went left, and we are seeing Tacky not able to quite get there. Cosmo Buster going to get the centering pass. Baynock gets the full boost in the corner, but Lucio will push it away. Tacky's shot goes a little wide. Nick going to get the clear. Tacky trying to center it there. Baynock disrupted just a little bit on some physical play. Rhodes and Cosmo Buster both going to tie up for the ball as well. Off the wall, bounces in front of the Wildcats goal, but no one on Boise State can do anything about it. Lucio able to put the clear on, steals the full boost as well. Centering shot does go over to Cosmo Buster, who puts the clear on right over to Baynock, plays it over one off the wall. We do see Lucio there back again to clear it, so Boise State just have to hang content with the 3-1 lead.
3-1 lead, but you know they would love to make it a 4-1 as Baynock goes way up high and is going to continue, try to get a double tap there. Nick comes right in there with the save. Tacky is going to rush in, trying to find a centering shot, but Nick is going to clear it out. But instead, Cosmo Buster is going to keep it alive right off the crossbar. Rhodes was able to save it there. Tacky doesn't quite get the angle that he wants, and now Lucio is going to get demoed. That might allow the Broncos to push it towards a goal here if they get the right angle. Cosmo Buster centering shot to Tacky. He's going to score it.
Yeah, that was a lot of balances. Baynock, great follow-up there by Cosmo Buster with the centering shot, and then Tacky off one post, off the second post. Sometimes the bounces just go your way, and Boise State going to take a 4-1 lead here as game one ticks down. 50-50 ball will go over the side of Boise State. Tacky winning that. Nick going to clear it down, plays it around two before getting launched into the air. Cosmo Buster with an easy clear, but will get demoed in the process. Lucio going to put it down. Cosmo Buster has respawned as we wait for the ball to touch the ground and secure a Broncos victory. Lucio not able to keep it alive, and Boise State 4-1 winners.
You know, might I just say, on a bit of a, you can see right there, Cosmo Buster with a bit of an uncharacteristic frown, I might say. We're so used to seeing the Broncos smiling during their matches. I just got to call that out because that is a bit.
It's a grin of concentration, Jim.
It's concentration, pure concentration. It's the Broncos versus the Wildcats. Boise State versus University of California, Chico, or Chico State right now in Rocket League. Certainly two states that have a bit of rivalry between them, and it's very fun to watch. And you know, speaking of California, might I say it brings me no less of a chuckle when I think about if there's going to be a player named Rhodes. Of all the state to come from, California certainly fits that.
I do think there would be a state that it might fit better in, Gem Mountain, if I had to argue that, and that would be West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Come on, Country Roads, take me home.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
You're going to forget about John Denver there? So Definitely think West Virginia might be more fitting, but I agree with you. California, definitely top 3. We jump into game 2, 50-50 ball. Boise State already with the pressure on. Takidu's shot turned away there, bounces over him slowly into the corner. Cosmo Buster able to win that one, plays it off the wall, centering shot over to Baynock, plays it off the upper crossbar, and just like that, what a fantastic play in the air, an aerial goal for Baynock. I want to see it again.
Let's take a look at that again. The aerial play, the double taps, Baynock delivering in spades. Getting yet another goal for his team. And my goodness, I'm looking back at the goal records here. Baynock was able to score at least 8 goals in the previous match, and he already has 2 in this match. It's insane how many goals this man has scored.
Well, Boise State could use another one of those. Just a 1-0 lead here in game 2. Takidu gonna get the full boost. Unfortunately, unable to get to the ball. Rhodes will clear it down. Cosmo Buster, though, with the full reverse clear. There is Baynock once again off the upper crossbar. His shot turned away. Nick can't get the clear off Cosmo Buster either. Neither can Rhodes get a great clear. Demo goes off in the corner. Baynock, though, gonna keep the pressure on. Nick goes just above Cosmo Buster to try and stop any pressure, and the Wildcats, for now, Jim Mountain, have cleared the ball.
They have cleared the ball and now want to try to get some sort of shot on goal, but Cosmo Buster is going to easily save that. Lucio is going to try to keep the play alive, but instead, with the pass over to Baynock, the Boise State Broncos are now in the driver's seat. Rhodes now looking to try to get a clear here, but the ball is very slow. Lucio does manage to clear it, but Takidu is right there to contest it. Lucio is going to be the one that gets the 100 boost there, so that might be able to give Chico State the extra punch they need to try to push it, but Boise State has a lot in their tank as well. Able to get another shot on goal, but Lucio here toward the goal, right off the right post. Can another member of Chico State follow up? Instead, looks like Baynock is going to clear it once again back toward the corner. Now as we said here, Broncos are now going to try to get a goal of their own, but Lucio is going to try to contest Cosmo Buster. Cosmo is going to get demoed, giving Chico State a slight advantage for the next few seconds here. Baynock is going to pass it over to Takidu, who hits it right off the ceiling. It's going to be grounded back in the corner. Rhodes is right there to take it. He plays it around Cosmo Buster. Around Takidu, it goes off high into Chico State. Wants to get a shot on goal here. Can they do it? Right now, Rhodes off getting the centering pass there, but Takidu is going to be able to clear that towards Cosmo Buster, and they got it.
Right over to Takidu.
Oh my goodness.
Shot on goal. Rhodes just able to beat Cosmo Buster to the ball. The follow-up, though, by Baynock, bounces off the crossbar. Can't quite go in either. Boise State looking for an insurance goal to extend this lead. Takidu puts the centering pass on. A fantastic play. Just can't quite get to the ball. Lucio finally able to get a semblance of a clear, but it goes right to Baynock. He's going to try and play it around one, does just that. Nick is able to stop it. Shot on goal by Takidu, just a little high, tries to put a recentering shot on, gets demoed in the process. Lucio and Nick now trying to get the clear. We are going to see Baynock disrupt that. Ball goes over the goal into the other corner. We see a Bronco did come charging in. Believe that was Cosmo Buster. Takidu now trying to get a clear. Now it goes to Cosmo Buster off the centering pass there. No one able to get to it. Baynock puts it in the center round to Lucio. Takidu racing for the ball, gets the full midfield boost as well. Plays it off the back. Unfortunately for Boise State, no one quite there, and a good angle for the follow. Baynock with his own shot on goal, turned away. Right now the Wildcats just hanging on to this 1-0 lead. Here goes Takidu up in the air. That one's going to go off the crossbar. The follow-up, though, by Baynock, and it's 2-0.
Baynock being the definite goal leader tonight in every way, shape, or form. Look at this, Takidu setting up right off. It goes off the crossbar, and Baynock is right there in the rotation, ready, almost heading over to Takidu, maybe to give a kind of a metaphorical high five between the two cars there. But right now the 50-50 is going to go over towards this corner of Boise State. Rhodes tries to follow it up, but Takidu is able to pass it over to Cosmo Buster. But Lucio comes right in with the dunk, and it's going to go toward Nick, who gets a shot on goal, but just to the left, off the left post, is not quite going to find it, just a little to the right, and they would have had it, and it would have been a 2-1 game. Now the Broncos want to try to get a goal of their own to erase that memory. It's going to go off toward Chico State's territory. Rhodes now back with the attack over to Lucio, but it gets disrupted by the Broncos, and Baynock comes right in before Chico State was able to get to the ball, and he sets it up for Cosmo Buster. Rhodes with a great save there is going to keep from it going 3-0. And the defense from Chico State has been a lot better this match than what we've seen before. But right now it isn't really working out for them because the defense can only get you so far before the other team still manages to score on you. They need to find some goals here and fast with only 45 seconds left on the clock. And Cosmo Buster with another shot on goal is going to find the third goal.
Great job there by Boise State. Great counterattack. Takidu right to Baynock, right to Cosmo Buster. That team weight shining through there, just inches past Rhodes there. Boise State with a 3-0 lead now. Feeling very comfortable in these last 40 seconds, but the Wildcats could do anything. They weren't even ready for the 50-50 ball, though. Nick has to go up in the air to get that save. Cosmo Buster almost able to sneak a fourth one in. Now the clear going to come from Nick will go just over Cosmo Buster before he's getting it right as he lands. Puts on a pass over to Baynock. That one's high in the air. A nice aerial shot is turned away, though, by Nick. Takidu with the follow-up into the corner, tries to play it around to Lucio, does that. Rhodes the last line of defense. He is able to get the clear. The shot on goal now goes all the way down to the Bronco net, but it is very far to the left. Not even a threat. Boise State able to turn that one away as we tick down in the final seconds of this game. Ball's going to go off the back wall. The Wildcats shot on goal by Baynock is just right, and Boise State goes on to match point.
They're at their match point there. Cosmo Buster in the zone, giving his teammates some advice. Definitely great performance right there from the Broncos against the Wildcats. Boise State versus Chico State, or University of California, Chico. In this Rocket League match on Monday, they just need one more win to secure it. This is going to be interesting to see what happens. We thank you, everyone who's watching in the Twitch chat right now, for giving your support to your respective universities. It's great to see that kind of school spirit. And the Broncos, basically, it's just kind of a chip shot, from here. It's ready for them. They've shown that they can do what they need to do. All they need to do is, not blow it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be that harsh on them. I definitely think this could be a much closer game 3. I mean, you look at the improvement for Chico State, 4-1 and now 2-0. Boise State had a great amount of shots on goal, but as you mentioned during the game, Jim Mountain, the Wildcats' defense has been fantastic. So I do think that this is going to be potentially even just a one-goal scenario. So Boise State has their work cut out for them. The Wildcats have been doing an excellent job. I mean, this could easily be 5, 6, 7-0, and some of those shots Boise State put on. But the Wildcats' defense has been stellar. So for Boise State, getting out to an early lead will be huge, but I would not be shocked if the Wildcats find the back of the net and at least keep this game very close.
Yeah, you do put up a good point there, Fish, and the fact that this is a team that definitely, if you let them, will get into the 7, 8, 9 goal territory. So for any team to hold them to 2, 3 goals is an impressive feat. And right now they're going to try to score a goal of their own, but Takidu was able to get the save there. So now Chico State has a shot on goal to their name, but a goal would be much better. And Boise State's now going to go on the attack. But a great dunk there from Lucio is going to push it back into the Broncos territory. Lucio steals the boost to boot, and now Baynock is going to try to get a centering pass for the Broncos as well. But the defense for Chico State coming through very good as the Wildcats push this back over to the Broncos territory. It goes, and just the counterattacks from Boise State. When any team tries to push it into their territory, they score a goal like that. I mean, you've been seeing, it's not just me, Fish. They try to clear it, but there's always someone in the center of the field to push it back.
Yeah, it was just a great shot by Baynock right over Rhodes. Caught him flat-footed there. So Boise State, once again, off to an early start here. They're up 1-0. 50-50 ball just goes right to Cosmo Buster, but it is cleared down by Nick all the way into the corner. Doesn't quite steal the full boost from the Broncos. Takidu able to try and get it clear. Rhodes with a shot on goal. Cosmo Buster going to get the save on that one. Nick comes roaring in to at least clear it away, and now the ball is in front of the Broncos net, rolling over into the corner. Baynock going to play it over Lucio, plays it around Rhodes as well. One man to beat, but Nick is able to stop that man. Cosmo Buster wants to keep the pressure up, though. Shot is going to go off the right crossbar. Baynock is going to keep the pressure on. You see Cosmo Buster fall back, get the full boost. Ball falls right into his lap. Lucio is going to be able to get the clear, push it all the way down to the other corner to himself. Shot on goal by Rhodes, goes high though. And then a great job by Cosmo Buster just tipping that ball so Nick cannot score. Boise State, just like that, goes from being on the offensive to another shot on goal. Rhodes going to go over to the corner, plays it to himself. Takidu, though, able to get this save, pushes it away. Nick able to get the shot on goal. Cosmo Buster pushes it away, but Boise State definitely was drawing a lot of shots there.
And now the pass over to Rhodes, who's going to try to get the clear, but instead he's up in the air, so Lucio is going to have to do it himself. He hits it over toward Boise State's territory, off into the right and into the corner. He gets another tap there, but it's going to go back to their goal as they try to pass it back over to Rhodes, and Tacky Dude's going to capitalize right on that, and that clear didn't look like it quite went the way they wanted to, allowing Boise State to just say, hey, we're going to pick up the pieces right here and get a shot on goal ourselves, as Tacky Dude just proved. And now Baynock sets it up with the centering pass. Cosmobuster comes rushing in, and just like that, the Broncos have scored another goal.
Yeah, great job there by Cosmobuster, waiting for his opportunity, letting Baynock take a shot. Tacky Dude had one as well, and then Cosmobuster comes flying in with full boost. Nothing the Wildcats could do. Nobody had enough time to get in the air that quickly. So Boise State now with a 2-0 lead. 50-50 ball is going to get pushed all the way over to the Boise State corner. Nick racing down. Can't quite beat Cosmobuster, who's going to put on his own clear and going to follow it up. Rhodes tries to stop it. Not quite able to do it. Baynock going to play it off the wall. Ends up in Cosmobuster's hands. The goalie for the Wildcat just gets pushed nowhere by Baynock. Demo is going to come out onto Rhodes. Follow-up shot by Lucio, not going to convert as Tacky Dude is there for the save. Going to play his own rebound off the wall. Rhodes is there as well. Baynock going to try and play it off the ceiling. Just misses the roof of his car. So Lucio, the shot on goal, ends up a little high, and Tacky Dude on the clear down. Nick able to stop it. Baynock goes high. It's an open goal as Lucio's racing back, but unfortunately Baynock not quite able to get the angle he wanted on the balls. Cosmobuster, though, keeps it in the corner, plays it around one, tries to play it around the second one, but Lucio is there as Baynock is forced to fall back and try and keep this pressure up.
And now there is 1 minute 47 seconds left. Only 2 goals to Boise State's name as the ball goes right toward Chico State's goal again. Another shot on goal there, but unfortunately Baynock was demoed, so that allows the clear to come through for Chico State. Trying to get a shot on goal there, wasn't able to find it. And now Boise State is now going to try to get it in their own as Cosmobuster again with a shot on goal. He's been getting so many goals with Baynock. He's been one of the top goal scorers this game. It goes into their territory. They're going to have to clear this out before Chico State can make an offensive push, which they definitely have shown they are capable of doing. And great there from Nick is going to be able to save the ball from going in their goal. Over to Rhodes, who needs to find the clear here. Instead, Boise State finds the centering shot, but no one there to follow it up. It's going to go to the other side of the field and back again, where Rhodes is going to be able to successfully find a clear, pick up the boost for himself, and we'll see if this can turn into a goal for Chico State.
Yeah, Rhodes is going to get the demo. Nick over to Lucio. That ball is going to go high above the Broncos net. Rhodes wants to finish it off. Hits a centering pass off the wall, but a great clear there by Tacky Dude. Baynock racing down, puts a great centering shot onto Tacky Dude, but Lucio had gotten back in time. The Wildcats need 2 goals, and they need it very quickly to extend this series. Cosmobuster with a great save on Rhodes. Baynock plays it around him. Cosmobuster off the wall, plays it over Lucio. He is able to retreat in time. Cosmobuster with a great centering pass to Baynock. Shot on goal, though. Just going to hit the crossbar. Boise State has to keep the pressure on, and they'll do just that. Cosmobuster plays it to Rhodes, who is attempting the clear. The demo came off from Baynock onto Lucio. Nick not able to get the clear either. Cosmobuster over in the corner as we tick down. The Broncos perhaps looking for one final goal. Baynock shot, gonna go just wide. Centering pass to Cosmobuster. Not gonna convert either. Ball touches the ground, and Boise State wins the series with a 2-0 Game 3 victory.
With authority, making it 2 wins, 1 loss for this day. A pretty good day by anyone's measure. The Broncos definitely showing why they are one of the top teams to be considered, and there come through the smiles that we know this team definitely for. It seems Baynock is always smiling on stage. And speaking of players, this is about the time that we predict the players of the game. If you want to take any sort of go at it, Fish.
Yeah, I would have to think it has to be Baynock. I mean, he was a goal-scoring machine. He had 5 in the second match. He had 6 officially in the first match we played with this team. So it has to be Baynock, in my opinion.
Well, to pick someone different, I'm going to go with Cosmobuster, who scored a lot of goals to his name as well. And specifically, a lot of his goals were those follow-ups where the team set it up. The centering pass was set up for him beautifully, and he came in great. So Cosmobuster, not only for the amount of goals, but for the amount of teamwork that he showed as well. But who knows? Production could play a trick on both of us and instead do Tacky, which scored a lot of goals himself. They were all on fire this match, as we are now going to see the player of the game be Baynock, as you predicted, Fish. And so many goals for him. I mean, he scored 5 goals in one game.
Yeah, he did just that, but as you sort of mentioned, really, a lot of these goals for this Boise State team are not just a product of one member. There's a ton of team goals. Even some of these goals, as we see right there, that was a great assist from Takidu on that one. We even saw a few goals that was one member to another member to usually Baynock, who scores the goal. So a lot of these high assist plays for Boise State, but Baynock the one putting them in the back of the net. He's the beneficiary of him being on that rotation, so he is your player of the game.
Well, speaking of players of the game, one member in the Twitch chat is saying that you should be player of the game tonight, Fish, for looking as they say, fly.
Yeah, and having to deal with the mass murder of my kind, as we'll see here, as Baynock puts it in, and Fish are just exploding everywhere. So to be able to keep my composure while my brethren are just dying left and right definitely took a lot of mental fortitude tonight. So I agree with that, man. I should be player of the game for what I had to witness tonight.
Well, whoever the player of the game is, it is going to be brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Baynock is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. But definitely a lot of kudos need to be given to every member of the Boise State team, because even though one member might score the most goals, it was so, like you see there, the assist from Cosmo Buster. So many of the goals were assisted, their rotations were so good, the not only the accuracy, but just the way they were able to at times juggle the ball in the air between each other. I have never seen such good passing. I mean, I've seen great passing so far, but this game has to be, these last 2 games probably have to be some of the best I've seen in terms of the mechanical skill and passing to each other. Yeah,
the passing in the last 2 games were fantastic for Boise State. This team has definitely been practicing. The teamwork and the communication is phenomenal. Like I said, I mean, we saw some, like, Takidu to Cosmo Buster to Baynock goals, which is just incredible. It was 3 touches, 3 cards, and 1 goal. So Boise State doing a fantastic job as a team, winning both their games.
Well, there is certainly a lot more to look forward to this week. Next on Thursday, we are going to be having League of Legends, some more Rocket League, and oh my goodness, Hearthstone actually. Ooh. Is this a game that actually exists?
Apparently so.
It's a game, and we will see the first match of the year come through with that, and we'll finally get to see some of the Hearthstone players giving their talents. We are going to be leaving you with the top 5 plays tonight. We will get to go those and sign out as you look at them. Those top 5 plays of the game are going to be brought to you by Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and a degree of your choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuardGaming.com. And of course, you can always subscribe to Boise State's Twitch page as well. This is going to be your host, Jem Mountain, signing off. You have a good night and enjoy these top 5 plays of the game.
Takidu racing for the ball, gets the full midfield boost as well, plays it off the back. Unfortunately for Boise State, no one quite there, and a good angle for the follow. Baynock with his own shot on goal, turned away. Right now the Wildcats just hanging on to this 1-0 lead. Here goes Takidu up in the air. That one's going to go off the crossbar. The follow-up, though, by Baynock, and it's 2-0.
Allow the Broncos to push it towards a goal here if they get the right angle. Cosmo Buster centering shot to Takidu. He's going to score it.
Yeah, that was a lot of balances. Baynock, great follow-up there by Cosmo Buster with the centering shot, and then Takidu off one post, off the second post. Sometimes the bounces just go your way, and Boise...
Oh, they need to find some goals here and fast with only 45 seconds left on the clock. And Cosmo Buster with another shot on goal is going to find the 3rd goal.
Great job there by Boise State. Great counterattack. Takidu right to Baynock, right to Cosmo Buster. That team wing shining through there, just inches past Rhodes there, Boise State.
Goal as they try to pass it back over to Rhodes, and Takidu's going to capitalize right on that, and that clear didn't look like it quite went the way they wanted to, allowing Boise State to just say, hey, we're going to pick up the pieces right here and get a shot on goal ourselves, as Takidu just proved. And now Baynock sets it up with the centering pass. Cosmo Buster comes rushing in, and just like that, the Broncos have scored another goal.
Over him slowly into the corner. Cosmo Buster able to win that one, plays it off the wall, centering shot over to Baynock, plays it off the upper crossbar, and just like that, what a fantastic play in the air, an aerial goal for Baynock. I want to see it again.
Let's take a look at that again. The aerial play, the double tap,